I'm ready.
All right, here we go.
That was a lot faster than I thought.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome, everyone, to episode 198 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
I'm Eric.
Will.
I'm Corey.
Today's date is Thursday, May 7th, 2015, and our topic today is listener question and answer. We, a couple weeks ago, had teased that we were going to do a listener question and answer episode. I think we had someone specifically ask us to do this type of episode, didn't we?
We did.
We've been into it to get to it for a few weeks, but something will always come up. So we also wanted to give people plenty of time to write in case they forgot or whatever. We wanted to give you some time. So
Come up with the perfect question.
yeah, that too. Teasers. Anyone have anything you want to tease for later on in the episode?
No, I don't think I played anything new, Dan.
Okay, Will?
I
Anything
mean,
new?
I got a brand new graphics card, but only played Heroes with it.
Oh, that's not going to
Really put it to the
I was going
limit.
to say, that's not really showcasing the...
Yeah, I got a GTX 970.
Hey,
Okay.
new hardware, guys. Come on.
I don't. That's not worthy.
Corey, anything you want to tease?
I've
for
got
later?
a few new games that we have not talked about yet.
Nice.
I don't know how many of them are new. Well, I know one is brand new. But finally got around to playing Legend of Heroes, Trails in the Sky.
Uh-huh.
Also played a little Strike Suit Zero.
Nice.
Another game that came out this weekend, I believe. It was free on Steam just for the weekend. Block and Load,
Okay.
which is a mix between Minecraft and Team Fortress.
Uh-huh.
And then, Eric, I played Ori and the Blind Forest a little bit.
Oh, finally somebody played it.
I installed it. I haven't played it yet. It's on my computer.
But I spent
Nice.
most of my week playing a little game called Hearthstone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
So
all I
something
got.
new.
And as I talked about last week, I played Rise, Son of Rome, so I'll talk about that during what I played. Other than that, I started The Witcher 2, so I'll talk very briefly about that. We're going to actually do an episode on The Witcher and The Witcher 2 next week to kind of fill people in on what's happened so far in the Witcher universe leading up to The Witcher 3. So, and then I played Mario Kart 8, of course, because that's my jam currently. Nibblebits. Will, you want to get started with Nibblebits?
Sure, Dan. My first one is that Terra is finally on Steam, which is an MMO. I think, was it you that played, Dan, in the very early days of the podcast?
I played a little bit of Terra.
Okay.
Very little bit of Terra.
I do remember you saying the combat system in it was awesome.
Yeah, it was cool.
Uh,
I used a controller with it, which was neat.
Yeah,
for
which
me.
is a little different from an MMO RPG. But this is the one that I want to play. I think it's free to play now.
Yeah.
So I signed up for it for a long time ago and then just never got around to it. So maybe now I'll play it. That's on Steam.
Mhm.
And my only other one of note is that the new hero for Heroes of the Storm was announced. Kael'thas from World of Warcraft. Probably another assassin, which kind of sucks. I'm tired of the Warcraft heroes, but I did notice that if they're releasing the patch this Tuesday. It's exactly 3 weeks until launch, and that's when they're chewing 3 to 4 weeks for new content. So we're probably gonna get a new hero on launch day,
Nice.
which is exciting.
Will, I had a feeling you might take that one from me, because that was my tweet.
Was that your tweet?
Yeah, it's okay though. But just to plug in a little extra info, there's a Q&A on Reddit, May 12th at 2:30 p.m. Pacific, regarding Kael'thas and his abilities. So
I'm sorry, Corey.
tune in for that. That's all right. No big deal.
But yeah, I didn't see a hard release date on it. I'm assuming what they usually do is they tease the hero of the week before it comes out. So it's Tuesday is basically when everybody thinks it's gonna come out.
That's when like patch day is, right?
Usually is when patches and stuff go. And if they don't release it on Tuesday, it's gonna be a lot of upset people.
Yeah. Can imagine
Shocking
So
that the Heroes community would be upset.
about something.
I would be annoyed, but I wouldn't be like, this game's stupid.
I don't care because it's just another stupid assassin from Warcraft.
See, the assassins are what I play, so I'm kind of excited.
Put a fucking Diablo character out.
Something else.
I agree.
I'm sick of all the Warcraft characters. Like, it tells me I need to play an assassin or Diablo character for my daily quest. And I literally have like one choice.
Yeah. So there's no support Diablo characters. So people will get to play 3 games as a support and then 2 games as a Diablo hero, and they have to end up playing 5 games.
Yeah, it's a pain in the balls.
Uh-huh.
But
Oh, I agree. They need to put in more for the other two franchises that they
Yeah.
have that are really popular too.
yep.
Okay.
That's all I had, Dan.
All right. Eric, what do you got?
Yeah, a few here, Daniel. We'll start off with Tony Hawk 5 has been announced for later this year. That's exciting. That's a day one purchase for me. It's supposed to be going back to the series roots, whatever that means. It's supposed to be more like the first one or two.
Yeah, I played extensively the first two
Yeah,
Tony
same
Hawk
here.
games.
Me too. Those are really the only ones I played extensively. So I'm excited to hear that it'll be more like that.
Yeah.
So that's something to look forward to this year. A game that I enjoyed my time with, D4, that was an Xbox One exclusive, is coming to PC June 5th. That's one to look out for. It's real weird, crazy, like just fucking strange game. It has some cool characters in it, though. I would definitely give that one a try if you're into just some wacky shit. It'll be $15, so look for that one. A Splatoon demo is out
Yeah.
on the Nintendo eShop. But you can only play it at certain times, which is strange. Let's see. It has the times in here. So Dan said earlier, today is the 7th. You can play online tomorrow this is Eastern time, 11 p.m. to midnight. Saturday, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. So
That's
if you're
so
available,
weird.
People think they're going to be stress testing
yeah.
the
okay.
online servers.
Yeah.
That's what it's for.
So I'm actually going to try to play Saturday morning from 7 to 8.
Okay.
So
Cool.
I'm going to. I'm not going to try to. I'm going to play 7 to 8
Right.
Saturday and report back next week about that. So I'm looking forward to that.
I'll try and remember to do that too.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a day one purchase for me.
Yeah, same here.
And my last one, I wanted to talk about ukulele. I was shocked that none of you knew what that was. I don't know. Will, have you heard about ukulele?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I can't believe that. So this was on Kickstarter. It is a 3D platformer brought to you
Oh.
by the people that made Banjo-Kazooie and Donkey Kong Country.
I did hear about that.
Okay.
I didn't realize that's what it was called.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
saw
yeah.
like weird, and I never processed like what it actually. I saw a
Right.
bunch of weird letters strung together,
Okay.
and I didn't realize that it came to ukulele.
Right.
I
So it's
guess.
actually two words. It's Yuka and Lele. It's two characters, kind of like Banjo-Kazooie.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they have raised, where is it? Almost $1.5 million.
Yeah, which is I think in the first hour they blew past their Kickstarter
Yeah.
goal. It was
Yes.
really fast that they achieved the goal. So
Yeah, the goal was 175,000.
yeah, it wasn't very much. Wasn't very much at all.
Yeah, but there's some really good rewards if you're into those games and if you were a big fan of Banjo and Kazooie. Like, let's see, if you pledge $15, you get a full version digital download of the game,
Wow.
which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, for only $15.
That's on Steam.
Right.
So, and if you do $24, you can get on console. It's going to be for PC and consoles.
Okay.
So, yeah, check into that if you were into those games. A lot of people are really excited about it, obviously. It's
Yeah.
over $1 million.
Yeah. Well, people have been pining for a new Banjo-Kazooie game for a while now.
Yeah. Yes, they absolutely have. So I
Rare
guess-
can't seem to get their shit together.
Right.
So
So yeah, look out for that one.
nice.
They're estimating October next year
Okay. Yeah.
for a release.
That's fair.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
it.
Corey, what do you got?
Oh, I got a bunch.
Nice.
Nintendo themed rides are coming to, Universal theme parks. Apparently, it's something that Nintendo has wanted to do for a while, but not too many details at this point because Nintendo and Universal still have to workshop concepts,
Right.
figure out what they're going to do, where, when, how.
Nice.
But that's pretty fun, which I think I'll tease it now. My question of the week is going to be, how did I phrase it? What video game would have the best theme park rides?
Oh.
Okay. That's kind of cool.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. That's exciting to me. Like I'm not a huge theme park guy.
Have you ever been there
I hate theme parks.
To a theme park?
Too many
to
people.
that one?
Well, there's a few universal. I think
Say the one in Florida.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Pretty fucking sweet.
I can't remember.
I would be pumped to go to this. I actually like theme parks, but you have to go in like January.
Yeah.
There's not many people there, and
Yeah.
like you can get right on the rides.
Yeah.
Universal's pretty nice though, and Islands of Adventure down there is really cool too.
Nice. Yeah, I don't like a place where there's large gatherings of people. So and I'm not a big fan of roller coasters.
I
So-
enjoy a roller
So,
coaster.
theme parks aren't really my jam.
I get really motion sick when I'm on them, so I can't be on them anymore.
Yeah.
I don't love the ones that go up really high. I
Yeah.
prefer like twisty turvy ones.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of heights.
Yeah. Me
So-
neither. Terrified of heights.
Yeah, those I don't really care too much for. But
The
I'm
kitty
all-
ones.
yeah, I'm all in for Mario themed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I like going fast, but like Eric, I'm not big into going high on things.
The inside ones don't bother me as much as the outside ones.
Right. Okay.
Oculus Rift has a release window. Q1 2016, so less than a year.
Yeah. That's nutty. I wonder when the competitors are coming out.
I think we'll probably hear more at E3 about
Probably.
Morpheus at least.
Probably Morpheus and HTC Vivo or Vive, whatever.
I think I read that Morpheus was the first half of 2016, so
Okay. Could be about the same time.
could be. Pre-orders for Oculus Rift will begin this year. A couple more details. Batteries will be sold separately, of course. You'll need a fairly powerful computer to run it, so I'm not sure what that means. That's pretty subjective.
Yeah.
And the Oculus team is currently in talks with Microsoft and Sony to make it functional on those consoles as well. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Maybe Microsoft. But,
Xbox is supposed to get Windows 10 at some point
yeah,
this year.
that would make sense. I mean, I think that'd be a good move for Microsoft.
Let's not talk about that yet. We got a question about it.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
Riz says in the chat that you need to push at least 120 frames per second for a lot of virtual reality games. So,
Okay.
uh-oh.
I can do that. I've got a GTX 970.
I'll have to turn the graphics down a little bit to hit that mark, I think.
You should get a new graphics card, Corey.
Yeah, I'm due. I think this is the year if I can pinch some pennies.
Mhm.
Mine's how old now? Coming up on 4 years in
Yeah.
October. But anyway, Guild Wars 2 hacker's character was publicly shamed by ArenaNet. Did you read about that, Dan?
I didn't know it was Guild Wars. I just read it was an MMORPG, and I just read the headline. I didn't read the actual article.
Guild Wars 2. So this person was using exploits to... I actually watched the video of it. Was using exploits to teleport through walls in the World vs. World gameplay mode. Teleport through walls and make himself essentially godlike. Nobody could kill him. And apparently this happened for several weeks. And it wasn't until video evidence started popping up on YouTube that ArenaNet finally did something.
Yeah.
And what they did was they posted a video of them playing as his character, stripping him of all his gear, climbing up on a ledge, and jumping off to his death. And then they proceeded to delete all his characters.
Oh, good.
But a lot of people are kind of like, well, you know, good for you, but just posting a video, you know, you should be spending that time trying to stop hackers rather than,
Yeah.
you know, people were kind of questioning the ethics of it too.
I see.
Like,
Making an example of one particular person.
yeah, well, I think in the article I read, it was, you know, likened to putting people's heads on pikes on a drawbridge into a fortress or
Well, yeah.
something. You know, that's pretty much what they were going for.
It works.
It works, yeah.
Just ask the ancient Romans. But anyway, go ahead.
I always think of Braveheart when I don't know,
Yeah.
when they tell him that they're going to put each part of his body in different corners of England.
Yeah.
But anyway, we'll hit Kel'Thas, Sunstrider. Kel'Thas? Kel'Thas?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Something.
I was gonna say, who cares?
Whatever. Attack on Titan for 3DS has a release date, May 12th. What else is coming out May 12th?
Nothing that I know of.
Cool. $39.99. You guys aren't really familiar with Attack on Titan, right?
No, just a
No.
little bit.
Yeah. It's a
Some of the freaky monsters on it.
yeah.
What
The
is-
monsters are cool.
Like,
Huh?
what's it about?
It's an anime.
It's an anime that I think came out last year or the year before. That's pretty popular. It's about these huge Titan creatures that attack these last villagers in this town. I don't know. I only watched like the first 6 episodes or something like that. Pretty good. I just too much other stuff going on. The Last of Us Left Behind DLC will launch. Oh, this is what else will launch on May 12th. As a standalone, you don't need Last of Us, which is good.
Yeah.
For PS3 and PS4, $10 on the PlayStation Store. It is a prequel to The Last of Us, and it follows Ellie and Riley as they explore a post-apocalyptic mall.
Yeah, I played that and really liked it. I thought the pacing was a little bit better than The Last of Us.
I might pick it up for $10. I
It's
never
really,
played it.
really good. Really well done.
Oh, wait, so it's come out already?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been out. It came out, I think, was it early last year? I think
been
it
out
came
for a while.
Yeah, I think it came out in like March of last year on the PS3, and then it came bundled with Last of Us Remastered on PS4.
So the news here is that it's a standalone.
That it's
Right.
a standalone. Yep.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Cool.
I think it took me like 2 or 3 hours or something like that. It wasn't very long, but it was really
well
done.
received.
Yeah, it was very, very good.
Yep.
In my last nibble bit, I think it's my last one, the PC will have its own E3 press conference this year, organized by PC Gamer Magazine, which I'm okay with. Tuesday, June 16th, 5 to 8 p.m. This is during the event itself, not when the other press conferences are held.
Okay.
But
awesome.
yeah, some of the names listed that will be in attendance: AMD, Blizzard Entertainment, Bohemia Interactive, Cliff Bleszinski, Cliffy B, Cloud Imperium Games, Dean Hall. Who's Dean Hall?
He's the one that did DayZ, and Cloud Imperium Games is the one that's doing
Don't they do strategy games?
Star Citizen.
Oh, that's the name of the company?
Yeah.
Oh.
Are those the 2 unfinished games?
Yes.
DayZ and Star Citizen?
Yeah, Star Citizen kind of just came out though. I mean,
Okay.
DayZ's been out for like 3 years or something like that.
Also, Devolver, Humble Bundle. I'm interested to see what they have to say. Heart Machine. Who's Heart Machine?
Don't know. I've heard. I mean, I've heard the name.
Paradox Interactive.
Oh, I love
know.
Paradox.
Hyperlight Drifter is Heart Machine.
I can't wait for that game. That game looks sweet.
Squeenix and Tripwire Interactive.
No Nvidia, huh?
Not according to the... Well, I mean, AMD might have paid for an exclusive. Who
Oh,
knows?
yeah.
Who knows? It'd be weird for both of them to have a presentation. Well, unless, NVIDIA did its Shield or something like that.
Yeah.
About Shield. Tripwire Interactive did Killing Floor.
Okay.
So,
Gotcha.
I'm excited for that as PC being my... Well, other than the 3DS, my main source of gaming.
What about your
Right.
Wii U?
That's my Netflix box. I haven't really played my Wii U at all.
You're missing out on Mario Kart, man.
And Smash.
I know. I don't know.
You didn't play Bayonetta either, did you?
Nope. I've still got Zombie U sitting there.
And that's not to the par of those other games.
Yeah, but I feel like it's a must. It's a good example of what the Wii U can do. And
I've had
feel
Will's
like I need
Zombie
to.
U forever, and I never
Oh,
played it.
You have it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I played it for like a minute, and I was like, I don't have time for this right now.
Yeah. It's kind of long, from what I hear.
And old at this point.
Like 15 hours.
It was solid though, right?
I didn't even play it. I never even fired it up.
How did it review? I don't even remember.
I'll look.
Sevens, I think.
Yeah, it was decently reviewed, but what people say is that it's a good showcase for the technology of the Wii.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like using the gamepad as part of the gameplay,
Yeah. Okay.
rather than just a mini map or menu screen or something. Well, it is a menu screen, but you actually have to like
Use
look
it
at the
for-
gamepad to go through, and then you look up, and then you're being attacked by zombies, and
7.6 user score,
Yeah.
Metacritic.
yeah, it sounds about right. And that's it.
All right. My turn. Game developers can now have Valve ban Steam users from their games. Valve is leaving the reasoning up to the individual developers, which seems like a way for devs to ban cheaters from their game, but certainly leaves the door open for abuses for more unscrupulous game developers. We'll obviously keep you posted if we come up with anything, but and I thought of Starbound as the example. They're banning people from their forums and stuff for criticizing the lack of updates. I hope that's not where this direction goes.
Oh, there was a Starbound update last week, wasn't there?
There was.
Yeah.
I was flabbergasted.
It's still
when I
not
saw
one.
it.
It's still not 1.0 though. It's
Oh my
what-
god! In this update, I forget what it was, but it was like something stupid.
Yeah.
The birds are nerfed.
The birds. Is that a thing?
Yeah, nerf the birds.
Yeah, the birds were way overpowered. Like one of
OP
the first times
bird?
I played it. Oh yeah,
Yeah, they would kill everything.
Yep.
The birds piss me off in Bloodborne too. Maybe it's just the thing with birds.
could be. They're hard to hit,
They are.
no matter
They
what
are,
game you're
yeah.
playing, unless there's like an auto target. But yeah, like I'm worried about that being abused for people who speak out against a game being unfinished or whatever. I do hope it's used to ban cheaters and that's it, but I don't see that.
It'll be
happening.
half and half. I bet.
Yeah, we'll see. And then my last nibble bit, GOG.com has finally released their Steam competitor, GOG Galaxy, into a somewhat open beta. You have to go onto their website and sign up, and then they'll send you like a download code or whatever. I actually signed up yesterday and still haven't gotten my code.
Cool.
I was going to do a little report on what I thought of it so far, but I haven't gotten it. So hopefully by next week, yeah. Galaxy will offer friends list, game time tracking, achievements, and chat, along with cross-platform multiplayer with people on Steam. I don't know how that's going to work, but that's cool. And it's another place with options. I'll actually probably use this now. More likely to get games from GOG with them having their own client, I guess, because I kind of like having my games all in one place rather than having to go to the website and download it and keep track of all that stuff. Like it's just there on the client.
Do they give you a Steam key for all their games too?
No.
So the Witcher 3 key I got on GOG isn't going to be Steam.
No, because it's DRM free. That's the differentiator for GOG versus Steam. There's no DRM.
Yep, you can download it. You can put it on a disc. You can pass it around to friends.
Can I put it on Steam?
You can have it launched through Steam.
Okay.
You
Because
just-
I want it to keep track of my time played and everything easily.
Yeah. Well, the GOG Galaxy is going to do that. Now.
Yeah, that's true. I'm just doing that because I have 1 and 2 through Steam.
Yeah, and there'll be a way to like pick up your saved game progress and stuff.
Okay, because
I
I
would
was
think.
I was gonna start the first 2 soon and try and play them. I'm not gonna get to 3 right away. Probably.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
It'll be
Alright.
interesting to see how that plays out. If people start latching on to GOG and stuff.
Yeah,
See if the market moves towards the DRM free. I mean, Steam just has everybody by the balls right now.
yes, it does. Yes,
But-
it does. Okay,
Not
yeah,
Eric.
we'll keep you posted on developments for GOG Galaxy. Like I said, hopefully by next week I can have tried it out. I haven't gotten any information from them yet. So, Corey, how was your week?
It was good. Let's see, what did I do? We had a house party on Friday. Got pretty messy. And that was fun. But I don't know. I was just kind of hungover all day Saturday, and I wanted to play video games, and I just didn't really feel like doing much of anything. So I just played Hearthstone all day.
Nice.
But Sunday was another nice day, and I went up to Chittenango Falls for the first time. I'd never been up there before. It's really nice. It's comparable to Tucanic Falls, which is in Ithaca. But I think Tucanic is a little bit steeper, but Chittenango Falls is more volume, at least this time of year. Because there's a lot of runoff and snow melt and all that stuff. But it was really nice. It was good to get out in nature and hang out on the falls and breathe the water vapor from the falls. It was nice. But that's pretty much all I did this week, to be honest with you. Other than playing video games and working, I had a nice little Sunday out in nature.
Nice. I'm not as big a fan of nature as you are. I hate being outside for the most part. Unless I'm near a body of water. That's a different situation. I need to be near a pool or a lake or a pond or an ocean or something like that. Otherwise, I hate being outside.
What about a heavily wooded area with shade?
Nah.
No?
I don't like outdoors. Not a fan. My kids like playing outside, which I hate. Hate every minute of it.
You should get yourself a little golf cart. You can just ride around in the golf cart and
Well, I mean, my backyard is like really narrow. It's long, but we only stay like right near the house, so I mean, I would probably just do laps for fun, you know.
You know, get out there and kick the old soccer ball around, Dan.
I just mope when I'm out there.
Can we go inside now, Max?
God damn it! I just want to go inside. It was hot this week too, so you know, sweating my butt off.
Oh, and then after we went to the falls, we went to a friend of a friend's lake house, and while we were there, his landlord told him he had to move out.
Oh, nice. That's awkward.
That was pretty cool. So we left.
Like he told him you have to leave now.
No, he said you have a week from Wednesday, but he called him up to his house, which is right nearby, and told him, and then the guy came back and said, "Oh, I'm getting thrown out."
Nice.
Cool.
I guess they didn't want it to be a party house, which I don't know. When we were there, we were just laying there in the sun.
Yeah.
I don't know what kind of partying went on around that, but
Right.
that's kind of funny.
Gotcha. Okay. What do you got, Eric?
For my week?
Yeah.
Not anything really.
We can talk about the biscuit taco.
Yeah, we can do that.
How was your experience with the biscuit taco?
Well, I discovered it on Facebook actually.
Yeah.
In one of the video game groups I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty good. The biscuit taco. I didn't feel like it had enough filling in it.
That's exactly what I thought too. The biscuit tastes really good.
Yes, it did.
But it needs more stuff in it.
Yes, it didn't have enough eggs in it.
No, I had the bacon and cheese.
I got the
and eggs.
sausage.
And like the biscuit had great flavor. It was a little bit dry though. It needed more cheese, I think.
Yep.
And then like more filling in general.
Maybe a touch of like a sausage gravy on there.
Yeah.
You know?
Something to wet it a little bit.
Yeah. Clark's got a good video up. Damn Drops is on the stream right now doing his review of the biscuit taco.
He's
but it was
fantastic.
free biscuit taco day,
Yeah.
so I wasn't gonna knock it one.
Right.
But I wasn't also gonna be freeloader guy.
Yeah.
And go get a free biscuit taco, not get something else. So I got some sort of scrambler. I don't know. It had bacon, egg, and cheese. Something scrambler, and that was fucking fantastic.
Okay.
Whatever
I'll have to try
that was. That was really good.
Yeah.
The people behind me were just getting biscuit tacos, and they were like a young couple with a child in the back, and it was like this hipster kid who was wearing a beanie.
Oh jeez.
And with like
it was hot.
Yeah, with the strings hanging off the side of the beanie, and it was like 75 to 80 degrees.
It
out.
was hot that morning.
I just wanted to go slash his tires.
Yeah, that's the morning I woke up overheated in my house, and I
Yeah.
wasn't gonna go.
Oh.
But I put in my air conditioner and sat like right in front of it for like half an hour and cooled off. And I'm like, okay, time to go get the biscuit taco.
Riz has a question.
What's up?
He says, let's get right down to it. Biscuit taco or breakfast burrito at Mickey D's?
I like those better.
I
actually.
love... Wait, which one?
The breakfast burritos.
Me too. They're
at
fantastic.
McDonald's,
But...
Crunchwrap. AM Crunchwrap.
No.
I would take over all
I
of
would
them.
go with that scrambler over the AM
Really?
Crunchwrap, yeah.
Okay, I haven't had those yet, so.
I feel like I want to die when I eat the AM scrambler, especially the country sausage one.
Right.
Holy shit, man. That thing just sits in you.
Mm-hmm.
You got to try the scrambler, though.
Okay.
But yeah, the Mickey D's breakfast burritos are fantastic.
They are
and
fantastic.
cheap. They're like $1 something.
Yeah, it's a little over like $1.19
Yeah.
per burrito.
Sort of like 4 of them.
Yeah. So good.
They're not very big.
No.
But
They're not. They're probably like about that long and about like that thick.
That's
Yeah.
easy.
They're pretty small.
yeah, they're easy to take down in a couple of good bites.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, yeah, I don't know. Not much to
Nothing.
report outside of video gaming.
Okay. What do you got, Will?
Not a whole lot. Working. Eric gave me a code to the Smite alpha for the Xbox.
And the Rocket League beta.
Yeah, I got into the Rocket League beta.
I done hooked you up this week.
Nice.
You got me into Rocket League?
Yeah, where else would you? Oh no, I didn't. You signed up for it.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna take credit.
Eric got me into Rocket League.
He got you the interest in it.
Yeah, he told
and
me.
therefore you
Signed up.
made an effort.
Yeah, so I've got some games to play, new games. Other than that, I've played Heroes and got some computer stuff. My computer's finally pimped out.
Yeah.
Pimp.
I put in Will's new graphics card and a CPU cooler.
I had my computer going and my Wii U going, and there was this noisy fan sound coming, and I was like, oh, it has to be my computer. Turns out it was the Wii U.
Yeah.
My computer's completely silent. I love it.
Yeah, the Wii U is kind of noisy,
It is.
especially when you first turned it on.
It's like,
Yeah,
blowing
sounds like
all
a
that
jet
air. Yeah. Next gen.
Yeah.
But other than that, I played Heroes and Smash.
For people interested, the CPU cooler I put in Will's computer, the same one I have in mine. It's the Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo.
Cheap.
Inexpensive and highly rated, so highly recommended by me too. It kept my processor like 10 degrees cooler at idle, which is a lot. So
Yeah.
I think it might have even been 15 just by putting that in,
Yeah.
and the whole computer cooler in general. So it's worthwhile investment.
I'm thinking about doing The Witcher very, very soon. Play through. I'm probably gonna run through 1 and 2 and really get into the third one.
Yeah.
I want to get to the third one as soon as I can because we're probably gonna do an episode on it probably a week after it comes out, right?
Yeah, we'll want to have some
At
time
least.
Yeah, at least.
because it's a doozy.
I'd say 2 weeks, wouldn't you?
It might even be 2 weeks.
I mean, if we gave Dragon Age that long,
Yes,
we
we
have
would.
to give
The
The
Witcher.
Witcher that long.
So
the only problem with that is it comes right around E3 time, so we're in that time frame.
I might be out of town for that.
E3,
Yeah.
it's okay.
No, it isn't.
Well, you just follow on Twitter. You can get recaps.
I don't like that.
You don't
You
like?
don't?
This will be the first time since we've done the podcast that I haven't taken it off,
Okay.
but it's work related.
Oh.
Like I might be out of town for a new store opening,
Oh.
so
Okay.
yeah.
oh boy.
Hopefully you can at least watch some of the conferences.
Not thrilled about it. I always look forward to that episode when we do it. So, I mean,
The E3 recaps.
if it's possible, if I'm out of town for it, I'll try to Skype in or something.
Okay.
Mhm.
But
We'll get it figured out.
yeah.
Yeah. What else was I gonna say? I don't know. I lost my train of thought, Dan.
All right.
Must not have been important. Done.
Okay. I got a couple things. We got a new car.
Yeah.
Thank you. I talked last week. We were car shopping. We had two different cars we were looking at. The next day, we were just getting ready to go to one of the shadier car dealers in the area that I did not read good reviews of on the internet.
Willing to drop a name or
I don't remember.
Okay.
There, because what I did Thursday after the podcast, Thursday morning, is I went on Google Maps and I looked at every car dealer in the area within like a 50-mile radius and looked at all their cars because we had a handful of cars that we were willing to buy used, and one of the local shadier ones that got really bad reviews from a lot of reviewers had a 2005 Toyota Matrix that we were getting ready to look at. So we got in the car. And I turned to my wife. I was like, "Do we want to just like look at brand new cars because we're not having any luck here? We're trying to find a used car that's decently priced and reliable and all that stuff, and not at a really shady car dealer." So I got on the internet, and I always really like the Honda Fits. We have a friend that has one, so I looked at brand new ones, and they're relatively inexpensive. So we were planning on leasing it. But then I was like, well, why don't we just buy it? I mean, they're not that wasn't that much more than some of the used cars that we were looking at. So my wife had already gotten pre-approved for a used car, so she went to the bank. She had to go to class in like 2 hours or something like that. So she went to the bank, got pre-approved for the amount of the brand new car, went and test drove it, and like within an hour had it bought. And we picked it up the next day, which was Friday. So
that's pretty much how my
the
experience
whole thing
went.
took like 2 hours
Yeah.
once we finally figured out what we were going to do.
When I get something in my head like that, I'm going to buy a car today. I'm going to buy a car. Today.
Yeah, you just want to get it done and over with.
And I don't haggle, which is probably not good.
Yeah.
But
A lot of times car dealers around here don't haggle because their prices are already relatively
and I
low.
always hear that, but then I always hear people tell me stories about them haggling.
Yeah.
Like my fiance's mom, for instance, shortly after I got my RAV4, she went to a dealership and got a RAV4.
Mm-hmm.
So she told them, "Did you get a tank of gas with yours?"
Yeah, it's full.
Okay, that's not something that car dealerships do anymore, apparently.
Really?
No, mine was half full,
Okay.
and they wouldn't fill it. So my fiance's mom said she wanted a full tank of gas and the like custom RAV4 floor mats.
Yeah.
They told her no. So she said, "All right, deal's off," and left. And
They called
turned
her.
back around because she knew they'd call her right back,
Yeah.
and they did. They called her right back, and they're like, "All right, fine."
Yeah. Yeah. If you can wait like that you can usually get that sort of deals and stuff. I'm not like that.
I'm not either. I just am like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, that's how we were. So yeah, we ended up with a brand new 2015 Honda Fit. It's a beautiful car. I love it. So my wife's driving that, and I'm driving our Rogue now, which is more reliable. My car like barely starts, and the check engine light's on now, so I think it's headed for the either sale or probably the junkyard. It's
Gary's, you pull it.
Yeah, it's got a lot of little things wrong with it, so I'll probably just get rid of it.
Just sell it to some innocent 16-year-old. Rip them off.
I'm not gonna do that.
I'll do it for you.
I would rather it be my car's maiden voyage be to the junkyard, because I've had it for so long. And
Let's have a bonfire.
burn it.
Let's drive it into the lake.
That's not a bad idea.
That'd be
I have an
fun.
idea, but I don't want to share it on air.
Okay, we'll
We
save
would
for
never
after.
actually do it, but just in case.
Right. Yeah.
Now I
There's
want.
that 1%.
Now I want
Sounds
to
good.
know.
We'll talk about it after the
Yeah.
episode if we remember.
I have 2 questions for you, Dan.
Yeah.
Why is you got the Honda Fit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why is it the Swiss Army knife of cars?
It's probably because of the seating.
Oh.
The way the seats fold, like they fold. They can fold apparently either like all the way down into the floor and like have it be like a van almost,
Oh.
or they can fold like up and you can put stuff like underneath the seating. Apparently.
Wow.
Let's go find out.
And yeah, let's do it.
My second question is
Yeah.
it easy to change your differential fluid?
I don't know. I've never done it,
Okay.
but I could look it up on the internet and let
First
you know.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, I don't know what that even is.
That's for all-wheel drive, right?
Yes. I've never heard of it either, but my girlfriend brought her car in for an oil change, and of course, they always try and upsell you.
Yeah.
And they tried to get her $100 for her to change her differential fluid, and I was like, don't pay that. I'll do it. I have no idea what it is or anything, but
Look it up.
Corey, do you want to change my stuff while you're at it?
That's how I got into
Mechanic
fixing my
Corey.
own stuff. Is Google it, find a YouTube video, and they'll
Yeah.
probably explain it.
it's nothing. None of that stuff's hard. It's just time
Nobody wants to
consuming,
do it.
and nobody wants to do it, and you got to have some tools. And
It's dirty, always really dirty.
yep.
I'm going to make a commitment to myself that when I do get my own house, I'll do that myself.
Yeah,
But until then, I will not.
yeah. I mean, you can't really do it in your parking lot, like change
I
your
mean, I
oil. in your-
could.
Nah, yeah, you could. Although some
If I
places
get hit, I'll
have
just sue.
some places have laws against that. Actually,
Fucking stupid laws.
It
Of
is
course. They have,
and New York would be a state that would have
Oh
laws
my
against
god,
that.
absolutely.
right.
Somebody
They have-
throw a tantrum.
they have contracts with mechanics in the area.
Maybe.
Speaking of that, that the AAA can't come get you if you're stranded on the thruway
Really? Because why?
because the state has contracts with certain
Tow trucks?
tow truck services.
Really?
It's illegal for AAA to enter the thruway to come and get you.
That seems
For
wrong.
fuck's sake.
That seems wrong.
It's this state, man.
I can't wait to get the fuck out of here.
Me neither.
But that's part of our feedback.
Yeah, we had feedback about that. We'll talk about that later. The only other thing I had to talk about is I don't know why I did this, but I looked up my internet usage for my data, just out of curiosity. One day in February, I used 502 gigabytes of data. In March, I used 647 gigabytes.
Where do you
of
find
data.
this?
It's on you pay your Time Warner bill online.
Somebody does.
Okay, yeah, it would be on there, and it would be like internet.
Okay.
You click on the internet tab, and then in there's like usage, and it'll have like a graph of how many gigabytes you've used.
I think we have it set to auto pay.
That could be.
I don't know.
What are caps usually at? 200?
Usually 250 or 500,
Oh boy.
and then 450 gigabytes in April, and so far in May I've used 52 gigabytes. And that's just like one of the reasons a lot of places do bandwidth caps is because they want to prevent people from pirating things. Like pirates will like just download stuff all the time and like burn it to disks or put it on hard drives or whatever. But all that is legitimate internet usage. Streaming video, playoff hockey. All the playoff hockey that I watched was all streaming video. My kids both listen to like Pandora to fall asleep to at night. I know that's not that much data. Downloading games. A lot of it's downloading games too. So there's an example of a legitimate like family of 4 using 647 gigabytes, all doing perfectly legal things. So bandwidth
Boy.
caps are bad, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Don't do it, everybody.
I'm glad I'm not capped because I would be probably paying out the wazoo for
Out
that.
the pooper.
Yeah,
That's crazy. 600?
647 in
My
March.
God. That's crazy.
Yeah. So that's my week. We'll take a quick break and then we'll be back with the main segment in just a minute. Only because, of course, I gotta pee because I'm drinking water like it's going out of style.
Corey, you having a beer?
No.
You wanna?
No.
Oh, have a beer. You have one, Dan?
Yeah.
All right, good.
One beer will slow me down immensely tomorrow.
Buddy. God, I hear you, Corey. One beer will slow me down immensely, tomorrow, he says. What a big pussy.
Corey,
Yo.
Rangers.
Whatever. Hey, this happened to him last year.
That's what I said at work today when people were like, "Oh, the Rangers are gonna lose."
Well, they probably are. Let's be honest here.
Well, my defense was they're playing the other team that doesn't like to make anything easy on themselves, and the Rangers did it last year. With that being said, I'm rooting for Tampa Bay and the winner of the Calgary-Anaheim series.
Rangers have played 11 consecutive playoff games decided by 1 goal. An NHL record.
It's kind of annoying. Well, Tampa Bay is not going to win today.
Be awesome if they did.
They're down 6-2.
Minnesota's not going to beat Chicago.
Now, what happened to them?
Who knows?
I hate hockey.
Hockey sucks.
Really does.
It's the worst freaking sport. Did you watch
Can I-
those Jimmy Fallon superlatives?
No.
They're great.
This is like the first year where like none of the series are going my way that I want. What are these Jimmy Fallon things?
You gotta watch him.
He's a goalie for the
Just
Anaheim Ducks.
YouTube it?
Yeah, you didn't see what I said in the chat?
I've had my phone, when I'm at work, I have my phone off today, so like I don't.
Our next player is Brian Boyle. He's a center
I'll
for the
check.
Tampa Bay Lightning.
Yeah, Corey, my wife,
Voted most
Val,
likely asked
watches
who's
Jimmy
before
Fallon
the
every night,
Prince.
so I see those live usually.
Next from the Washington Capitals is Alex Ovechkin. who
What
was
time is
voted
Jimmy Fallon on usually?
11:30.
Oh.
I actually like Jimmy Fallon.
I like
Oh,
him.
yeah.
Jimmy Fallon's great.
Whoa.
Next up from Anaheim.
Dion.
Eric, I put a PBR at your spot.
Oh, I grabbed a Hell or High Water
Oh, we can have a PBR too.
Isn't that just big old man?
It's 16 ounce. I don't even know where they came
Next
from.
the Chicago Blackhawks,
I-
Brad Richards.
Have had them? I don't know if I brought them
Most
here.
likely to
Brought
live
them here.
across from a woman who forgot
I don't know.
to close her
Corey, did
blinds
you bring
while
the
dressing.
16 ounce PBRs?
Oh, the PBR. Yeah, I brought them here.
Okay. What are you giggling about over there, Corey?
The Fallon superlatives.
Oh. Yeah, they're good.
I think I brought them here. I don't know.
All right, shall we get started?
Matt Cook, most likely to say thoop when asked what his favorite food is.
Thoop. Yep, those are good.
Oh, man.
All right, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. Episode 198 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. We are now in our main segment, which is going to be our listener question and answer episode. I'm just waiting for my...
For your email to load up?
Yeah, because I have to load it into Microsoft Office for some reason. And it always takes a minute.
Dan
Okay.
Boyle.
That's question of the week. That's kind of feedback, I guess. All right, we'll start with Mike in Minnesota. Says, I spent my whole day at work trying to think of amazing questions, but they all ended up being things like, quote, do you think insert name has a nice butt? Due to my lack of brain power, I'll just throw a few boring ones your way. Number 1, who is your favorite athlete, current or past? Number 2, what do you think is the greatest console ever? And 3, are you intimidated by Will's muscles? So first, Mike, I mean, I would have been perfectly happy talking about butts. That's fine. If
The
you ever
answer
want-
is always yes.
well, yeah.
We could go around and give our favorite butt for celebrities if you wanted.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson. He's got such a fine ass.
Yes, he does. He must work out.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your favorite athlete, current or past? Eric, what do you got?
My favorite current athlete is probably Alexis Sanchez from Arsenal.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a fucking beast out there. I mean, he's so good. I wouldn't say he carried Arsenal this year, but for a first-year Premier League player, he's adjusted very well. And he's small, but like it's a muscular small, real compact, and just fast and
Good balance. And,
yeah, great shot. God, so good.
Mm-hmm.
Past athlete, I'd probably say Bruce Smith.
I was going to say Bruce Smith for you.
Yeah, I saw Bruce Smith play. The first Bills game I ever went to was his last year in Buffalo. And I'll never forget the crowd chanting Bruce when he got a sack.
Mm-hmm.
But a thing that I don't think a lot of people realize about him as the all-time sack leader in the NFL, he did that as a defensive end, but a defensive end in a 3-4 defense, which is a lot different than a 4-3 defensive end. A 4-3 defensive end is like a J.J. Watt or who else would have been one? Mario
Strahan.
Williams when he was with the Texans. Michael Strahan, yeah, like a Reggie White. A 3-4 defensive end is usually somebody who takes up blocks and lets the linebackers go in and do the pass rushing.
Like Dallas, like when DeMarcus Ware was at his prime.
Exactly. So the fact that he leads the NFL all time in sacks playing that position is ridiculous. And I mean, he's just a fucking beast of a human.
Yeah, I never even realized they ran that defense either.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
Wow, that is pretty crazy.
Yeah, they had some really good linebackers. That was great teams. But those would be mine.
Will?
Favorite current athlete? I have a couple. Like right now, it's Marcus Mariota. He's been my favorite college football player for a while. Now that he's in the NFL, I'm gonna follow him.
I'm probably going to be a Titans fan.
I said the same thing.
As my girlfriend team.
Same here.
Because they're in Nashville. So, I mean, it's an easy transition.
That's right.
Except when they play Buffalo this year.
If I ever move to Nashville, like, I'll be watching the Titans, you know?
And you're the one who told me about how good he was, and now that he's on that team, I actually said that I'm gonna get a Mariota shirt at some point, as soon as they make them.
Telling you right now, he's not going to be good in the NFL.
Probably not, but that's all right. I don't care.
All right. Just don't want you to get upset when it happens.
You never know.
Quarterbacks are hard to read.
Yeah, they're hard. I just don't want Jameis Winston to pan out, but he's going to.
No.
Or go
no,
to
he
jail.
won't. He'll get in trouble.
Yeah,
regardless
you're right.
of his talent, he's going to get in trouble. He already, the night he got drafted, didn't he post something on Instagram? It was a
Crab
picture
legs.
of crab legs.
Yeah.
If that doesn't have douchebag written all over it, he's going to get in trouble.
Did he say something like, I actually bought these?
He said, "Thank you, blah blah blah, for providing these crab legs."
Congratulations, you did it like the rest of humanity does this time. Go fuck yourself.
Anyway, also I really like Vladimir Tarasenko this year. He's become my favorite hockey player. It used to be Jonathan Toews, but my hatred for the Blackhawks kind of clouded that.
Who does Tarasenko play for our non-NHL fans?
St. Louis Blues. He's a winger. He had a breakout season this year.
Yeah, he was really good.
He was on my fantasy team too, so I followed the Blues pretty closely because of that, and I had a lot of St. Louis Blues, and he was always somebody that I really enjoyed. And for past, Derek Jeter.
Okay.
That's a good one.
That's a good
Captain.
It broke
That's a great one.
It broke my heart to see him retire.
We should go to the Hall of Fame when he gets inducted.
Yeah.
I'd love to do that.
Especially since it's not far away from us.
No, it really isn't.
It's like an hour and a half. 2 hours.
He's probably, I mean, honestly, I don't think I'll ever get into baseball again. So, like, he's my last
Hope or
memory
Yeah.
of baseball, probably.
Yeah, because I've had a hard time just paying attention to baseball. Even, like, I only paid attention a little bit while he was still playing, and now that he's gone, like, I kind of don't have any interest.
Do you know that
anymore.
CC Sabathia is 0-6 this year?
I believe
Really?
it.
His ERA, last I looked, was almost 6, I think.
Oh,
Cheeseburger is past his prime.
Yeah.
yeah.
It's too bad.
Baseball.
Well, the body like his, though, like, you're going to break down.
Yeah.
How he's old now, right?
He was felt for a
30.
while, but I think he put some weight back on for this year.
I want to say 32-ish.
Oh, it's not as bad as I thought.
I mean, I could be way off. I honestly don't know.
Man,
They were in first, though.
were they really?
Last I looked, yeah, they came back a little bit.
Must just be a bad
They
division.
swept the Sox.
They did. Well, yeah, because I'm living with Red Sox fans, so I knew that.
Who?
The Gluzo brothers.
They're both Red Sox fans.
Yeah, well, Nick definitely is. Johnny's just kind of.
Even though I don't care about baseball, when I
makes
hear
you-
somebody's a Red Sox fan, I'm like, fuck you, dude.
I'm the same way.
It's still kind of upsetting.
It is.
The hatred for the Red Sox I'll always have.
Yeah,
Regardless.
the Yankees are in first place by 2 games over Tampa. Boston's in last. That's funny.
But those are my answers.
Okay. Corey?
I'm having a hard time thinking about my favorite athletes. I always, and I don't know why, but I always really liked Hideki Matsui.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a great call.
that is.
And I don't know why that was the first one that popped into my head.
You were a Matsui guy, too. I remember that.
Yeah, and I don't even really watch baseball anymore, or at all. Like, I can't remember the last time I sat and watched a whole baseball game, but I don't know. I was always a big Matsui fan.
He's a clutch hitter in the playoffs.
Yes, he
Remember
was.
that one playoff series? It might have been his last year, the year before his last year, but he had like just a fucking great playoff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He did. I remember.
Just came through.
Mm-hmm. He was older then, too.
Yeah, he was. He was right at the tail end of his career with
Yeah.
the Yankees. So that's a good call, Corey.
Yeah. I don't know. Hockey. It's hard to say favorites. I also was a big John Tays fan. I do really like John Tavares
Yeah,
quite a bit, even though I'm not supposed to. Don't tell anybody.
I'm with you.
But
I like him.
even, I mean, my favorite team, like, it's really hard. Dominic Moore, I guess, would be my favorite Ranger,
Yeah.
especially after that. I don't know if you guys saw that quick documentary about him and his
Heartbreaking.
former wife.
That yeah.
Heartbreaking.
One of the
I
saddest
don't need
things.
to watch that.
It's tough
Very
to watch.
sad. Yeah.
It's one of those ones that when you watch, you go and hug your loved ones.
Yep.
Just crying a beer.
But, you know, part of that is he was a Ranger, always played heart and soul, and then was traded, and then came back and, you know, still plays the same way. So, I don't know. He's probably my favorite Ranger, but
He's one of those guys you need on your team.
yeah. Yeah, and he actually, he's been having such a good playoff. They bumped him up to the third line, so good for him.
He's their best face-off man, isn't he?
He's the only one that wins them.
He's the only
Really?
one that wins faceoffs. Brassard can win everything.
Gostad?
Gostad is a beast in the face-off circle.
Is he your Gostad, Corey?
No, he's half of what Gostad is, but
Face off wise.
twice what the Rangers have.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's all I got for athletes.
Okay, my favorite athlete would probably be Brian Leach. I was always a Brian Leach fan. He's the one that got me interested in the offensive defenseman as my favorite type of player in like any sport. Is the hockey offensive defenseman. American-born defenseman too, so you know easy to root
nice.
for. He's born in Corpus Christi, Texas, which is kind of weird.
Really?
Yeah, I think I don't know that he lived there very long. I think he lived in like Connecticut or something like that. But
okay.
yeah, one of the only 5 defensemen ever in the NHL to have over 100 points in a season. He also set the rookie record for goals by a defenseman in the entire NHL with 23 goals as a rookie. D-man.
That's impressive.
Yeah. And even at the end of his career, like after the NHL lockout, he had a decent season, like points-wise. Even though he was getting up there in years. I think he was in his like late 30s when he hung up the skates. But
Do you remember how many points he had in his last few years?
he played for Boston his last season, and he had like, I think it was like 30 something points in 60 games or something like that,
That's
which is
not
not
bad.
bad at all. Yeah, so that was probably my favorite athlete of all time.
It's a good pick, Dan.
Yeah.
You gotta love Brian.
Who's your
Leach.
favorite current?
Current, man.
Pecorine?
No, I probably wouldn't even pick. My favorite Predator would be like Craig Smith, but it probably wouldn't even be considered my favorite player. I don't know. Who my favorite current. Maybe
John
it would be,
Jones?
Maybe it would be No, I don't like that sport for one thing. It might be Craig Smith.
Floyd Mayweather?
Much as
fuck Floyd Mayweather.
as much as I like boxing, I had no interest in any of that debacle.
I followed it on Twitter. I was at work. I would have watched it if somebody had offered me to come over for free to watch it, but I was reading because I follow a lot of British people because of my soccer interest, and they all said that he fights the way that Chelsea plays soccer, which is really boring and very defensive.
Yeah.
And right off the bat, I said, well, I hate him.
Yeah.
He's my least favorite.
It's not fun to watch.
No.
You know he can't read.
Really?
At all?
at all.
I heard that actually. I heard that on sports radio last week. Yeah.
Wow.
And Manny Pacquiao's daughter wrote Manny Pacquiao a letter saying, "Thank you for being nice to mommy," because of Floyd Mayweather's past.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Man.
So then
That was
Mayweather
too
said he's a
good.
coward and doesn't want to rematch with him because Pacquiao had a shoulder injury.
At least he doesn't beat women.
Yep.
So he's got that over him at all times.
Okay. So that was from Mike in Minnesota. Also, what do you think is the greatest console ever?
You know
Oh,
what?
man.
When I read this, first thing that came to mind was N64.
Yeah.
I had a lot of fun with the N64. It's probably the first console that I remember just having just such a blast with.
Yeah.
Whatever the WWF game was that I played, and I can never remember which one it was, but that game
It was awesome.
was so good. And GoldenEye
Smacking people with baseball bats in that game
was
a
Pod
blast.
Racer on that.
Pod Racer, yep.
Pod
Episode 1
Racer.
Racer.
Oh man,
Mario 64, Star
Yeah.
Fox 64.
I
It was a
mean-
great system.
so many good ones.
Yeah. Okay, Will?
Oh boy. That's a really tough question because I remember using the GameCube probably the most out of anything, but like 360 would probably be up there too.
Yeah.
You're so young.
N64, N64, SNES. Like because I went back and played a lot of those games, so I don't really know. It's hard to decide which
Yeah.
one.
Okay. Corey?
SNES. Without a doubt, SNES for me. Just so many of those games I can think back to me sitting and staring at and thinking to myself, life cannot get any better than me sitting and playing this game right now.
Yeah.
There was one time that I remember thinking that specifically with Dan, and it was during one of his birthday parties. Me and him stayed up after everybody else playing Tecmo Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That was
And-
Nintendo.
Yeah, that was Nintendo, and we pretended we were asleep when your dad came downstairs because he was going
He's
to
going
work.
to work at like 4:30 in the morning.
Yeah,
or
and he
whatever it
didn't
was.
want us to be awake, so we pretended we were asleep.
Yeah. That's good stuff.
It's
What was
just
your favorite game on there, Corey?
Final Fantasy 6.
Okay.
But just those chunks of time where, like, you know, because we only had one Super Nintendo, but like Dan would go to a friend's house on like a Friday for the night, and I knew I had the Super Nintendo all to myself all night. It's just such a good feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm probably with you, Corey. I would probably go Super Nintendo. With Nintendo 64 and the first PlayStation being like right behind that. Mostly the Super Nintendo because of all the great RPGs and even the sports games. Like I spent countless hours playing NHL 95, Madden 96, like countless hours playing those games. You know, on top of the RPGs that I played.
Mm-hmm.
So good stuff.
Zelda.
Yeah, the Zelda and like you said, Final Fantasy VI, Chrono Trigger, you know, all those games, great games. Even that, what was that game? Looney Tunes game you had?
Buster Bust Loose.
Buster Bust Loose. That game was a lot of fun. Even
That still holds up too.
does it?
I played that fairly recently.
That's right.
It's great.
That was an awesome game. On top of like Super Mario World, you know, the standard game, Donkey Kong Country.
Oh yeah.
So that system was filled with great games. Okay. Are you intimidated by Will's muscles?
Yes.
Yes.
No, not yet.
Not yet.
We'll get there, but I'm more intimidated by his stamina
Yeah.
than his muscles.
All the time spent at the gym.
Yeah. Because I've always said I could hold my own in a fight,
Yeah.
but if it goes longer than like 30 seconds, I'm in deep trouble.
Yeah, tired out.
I better hope I land a good one pretty early on.
Right.
We're not gonna fight.
Well, no, not just you, but like
In general.
in general.
Yeah.
That was my thought when I read the question.
Gotcha.
I'm
know,
more intimidated by his stamina.
I think it's a little brother thing. Will could be like 6'5", 270, and I'd still feel like I could beat him up.
Oh man, I don't feel that way.
I'm not that tough at all, or big. That's the thing.
Me and Corey always used to joke that we could take Dad. But I'm not so sure anymore.
Nope.
The old man strength.
Well, not just that, but I'm pretty soft these days, you know. I'd say easy living, but it's lazy living, not easy living,
Lazy living.
you know.
Hear that, Dan?
Just got to work your core.
I I do.
Dan, I have a medicine ball we could pass back and forth.
Nice. I like a good medicine ball.
Work the core.
Mostly to roll around in when I'm drunk. All right.
Isn't that what they're called? Those heavy balls?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sad I wasn't sure and I have one.
Idaho Jake says, "Hey guys, I have a few questions, so here we go. Do you guys believe in the paranormal, and I mean any paranormal, ghosts, Bigfoot, UFOs, etc.? How do you guys think you would fare in the world of Skyrim and in the world of Mass Effect? And what do you think would be your occupation in those worlds? If you came into a hefty chunk of money, what would be your first game-related purchase and your non-gaming purchase? Who's your favorite superhero and favorite villain? If you found out you were the last person on Earth, what would be the first things you would do? P.S. May 19th can't come fast enough." Amen. Can't wait for The Witcher.
There's some good questions here.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
are.
First, paranormal. What do you guys think?
Yes. I believe.
Well, here's my thing.
I had to break this down into like what, paranormal ghosts. Let's talk about ghosts first.
Yeah.
Believe in ghosts.
My thing with ghosts is I've never seen one. I only have one experience where I think I may have experienced something fishy going on as far as that goes, but I was in the middle of sleep, and I'm not sure if I was just kind of asleep and kind of awake.
Yeah.
But I've heard you guys tell many stories about things that have happened to you.
Yeah.
So, but I'm going to have to say no since nothing has ever happened to me.
Yes.
The one thing I will say that did happen to me that makes me think, I was asleep in my room one night. This is back when I lived with my mom, and my grandma died in the room next to me, so I always felt like if I was going to see a ghost, like I would have.
Mm-hmm.
But what happened was I was asleep, and I kind of woke up in that weird phase there, and I think I looked out my bedroom door, and the bathroom was kind of kitty corner to my door, and the bathroom door was just like swinging open and closed, like repeatedly, like super fucking fast. Like no human could do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was scared shitless.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it was real or not.
Right.
That's it.
Gotcha. I'm kind of in the same boat as you. I don't think I believe in ghosts. I've had some weird things happen, but a lot like you, like a lot of it is kind of coming out of sleep.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not sure. A lot of that's self-serving too. Like I don't want to believe in ghosts because
I don't either.
If my house ever had a ghost in it, I would burn it to the fucking
I'd
ground.
I'd move
in a
tomorrow.
heartbeat. So a lot of it's self-serving
I'm a
with
pussy.
ghosts. Well, they're the ones that you would wake up and it'd be standing right next to your bed, and I'd
And
literally shit my
and you
shit my
can't
heart
do
out
anything about it.
Exactly, I would shit my heart out my butthole.
I'm scared of that, and I'm scared of natural disasters because you can't do anything about it.
Right.
You're just fucked.
Yeah, just ride the wave. So, what do you guys think, ghosts?
I do, but I just feel like they're... I don't know. I've never had really an experience, but I just feel like they're there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Sometimes you feel a presence.
No, it's not even that. Like, I just feel like that they have to exist for whatever
Why?
reason. I don't know. I just feel like they do. I've heard so many stories and stuff like that. I just always kind of believed.
There's some interesting theories on what they could be, and a lot of it is like time loops. Like you're actually like experiencing time like hundreds of years ago. Wow, it's just like a secular like weird thing.
That kind of blows my mind to think
Because I'm
about.
really interested in that sort of stuff. I just
Me
don't
too.
necessarily believe it. It's interesting to me.
Yeah.
So.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's more wishful thinking. Even though I wish nothing happens with me with ghosts, but it's more wishful thinking that they
Happens
actually...
to other people.
Yeah. Eric, I hope you have a haunting.
Oh, no, no, you don't. Well, there's a good chance I might hang myself if that happens.
Yeah.
And I'm definitely afraid of that stuff, too.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Corey?
No, not ghosts in the spiritual dead people walking the earth sense. I just kind of feel like everything can be explained by science, and science that we may not understand yet, which we were kind of getting at, Dan, with the time loops.
Yeah.
I don't know, cross-dimensional weird stuff happening like that. The what's the word for the multiverse theory and all that stuff. So yeah, yes, to a certain extent, but not, in the spiritual sense.
Mm-hmm.
More in the scientific sense.
Okay. UFOs. For UFOs, like I'm of the mindset that aliens probably exist somewhere in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I'm just not sure if they've been here. I don't know if I believe that per se, but I do believe that there's life is, I think, probably popular throughout the universe. That's just me.
I would agree with that, Dan.
Yeah.
I pretty much agree with exactly what you said.
What is it, Arthur C. Clarke that said we're either alone in the universe or we're not, and both are equally terrifying? Is that
Yeah.
Arthur C.
Yeah, it was.
It's a good quote at the beginning of XCOM. So,
That's true.
like I said, I don't know that they've been here, but I do think there is, alien life somewhere in the universe.
Plus, I'm all for a good government conspiracy,
Oh yeah,
so I'll choose to believe they're hiding it from us
okay, that they know.
based
Nice.
off of nothing other than
Right,
Suspicion.
I'm all for it.
Will.
Oh yeah, definitely. Exactly what you said.
Okay, Corey.
Oh yeah. Like you, I don't know if they've been here yet. I think it's possible that they could have been, especially very long time ago. But I don't know if there's any government cover-ups. I don't know. I guess I wouldn't know.
Right. That's the point.
Yeah.
Keeping it from you. I like to think there's a government cover up. I just don't
I do
know if
too.
there is. I
The
hope
thought
there
of
is.
that is just tantalizing,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yep. Well, and
It's enraging and tantalizing.
yeah, and as you said, you think about it so much, and then you reach a point and you just stop.
You
can't
can't.
think of any further.
And I think that's the government saying, "Well, you're getting too close," and they just shut your brain off.
And then if you get even closer, they shoot you with the heart attack gun, and then you're dead.
The heart attack gun or a drone, one or the other.
Oh yeah, drop a drone bomb on you.
Tom DeLonge said that he's going to be visited soon by aliens.
I think
He
Tom
done
DeLonge-
lost his
I was
shit.
gonna say he's
Oh,
a little
yeah.
bit nuts.
He is
lately.
nuts.
Was that why they booted him from Blink? They're like, Tom, you just gotta go, dude.
Yeah, we can't deal with this anymore.
Nah, you gotta beat it.
He talked about his experience, and they said that he's had contact, and they're going to be visiting him soon.
Although I've heard good things about his new solo album. On a different note.
Bigfoot. What do we think about Bigfoot?
Bigfoot. I don't know.
I think that's a bunch of bullshit.
That's
Yeah.
one thing I've never really thought about a lot.
Yeah, for Bigfoot, for me, like the only thing I could think of, some place explained it as it's like a rare. They call it North American wood ape. That it's just kind of an elusive. It's like an entirely different species. That's just kind of rare and elusive. That could be. I don't know. But who knows? That's my thoughts on Bigfoot.
I don't believe Bigfoot. I feel like we just seen it.
Bigfoot's not as interesting to me as the other ones.
I'm more interested in like what's under this, like in the sea, deep down.
in the ocean.
I feel like there's.
I think the ocean's terrifying.
Anglerfish.
it's more terrifying than like anything.
Look
on
up
Earth.
anglerfish. They're
I'd
pretty
be
freaky.
like scared to be in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? Like anything's down here.
Corey, Bigfoot?
No.
No.
Big
No big-
NO for me.
Yeah,
Okay.
same.
How do you guys think you would fare in the world of Skyrim and in the world of Mass Effect?
I'd be
I think-
I'd be a skooma addict in Skyrim.
Yeah, and along that, what do you think would be your occupation in those worlds? Corey would be a skooma addict in Skyrim. I could see myself getting along in the world of Mass Effect. I would probably just be an average, everyday, ordinary citizen. I'd like to think I'd be a hero or something, but I probably wouldn't be. Skyrim, I don't know that I would do too well in Skyrim. It's cold. It's very dangerous. I know Mass Effect is dangerous too, but there's a lot more people around and stuff. Skyrim's not a very populated country, so
I'd be dead in both probably pretty quick.
That's my thought,
I
too.
felt like I would do terrible in Mass Effect because I feel like I'd need to be a little smarter
right.
because it's a sci-fi and there's, intelligent things going on. Where I
Right.
felt like Skyrim, I think I could do, and I think that I would be like a pub owner,
Oh, okay.
but we'd have a very specific affiliation with a really sweet guild.
Gotcha. I would probably, in Skyrim, I'd probably be like a cabbage farmer or something like that.
But I wouldn't join the guild because I'm too much of a pussy.
Gotcha.
That's why I would own the pub that they drink at. Almost like a cop bar,
Yeah.
but a guild bar.
Gotcha. It's not the Warriors Guild in Skyrim, is it? What's it called? The Warriors Guild that you join. It's not Warriors Guild, but it's got a different name.
Blades.
The Blade. No.
What are they? Something blades.
No, that's they
Blade Runner.
protect the Emperor.
The swords.
Fighters Guild.
Fighters Guild.
Jake will know. Dan,
Yes.
speaking of,
What's up?
we should set up the mods when you come over.
Yeah. I can show you how to do that.
Side note.
It's easier to do now.
Yeah.
With it being on the Steam Workshop.
The companions?
Companions? That might be it.
Jake says I'd be part of the Thieves Guild. I don't
Thieves
know.
Guild.
I don't know about that.
Not enough agility.
No, not enough agility.
I don't have enough agility for that either.
I'd want to make friends with the Warriors Guild, I think.
Yeah.
Good
Okay.
good to drink with. All of the thieves would have good stories too, though.
Yeah.
Honestly, any of them would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff. If you came into a hefty chunk of money, what would be your first game-related purchase and your non-gaming purchase? Eric.
A hefty chunk?
Yeah, hefty chunk. Like millions, probably.
My first gaming-related purchase. Wow. This is probably going to be a little disappointing because it's not anything huge, but it'd probably be a new video card for my computer.
Yeah. I'm along the same lines. I would build myself a supercomputer. It would have probably like 3 or 4 Titan X video cards, 3 monitors. It would be a doozy of a computer. And I would get all the bells and whistles for it too. Like I've always wanted a steering wheel and stuff like that for playing like racing games and the whole pedal and shifter setup. I would get that stuff.
Flight stick.
Flight stick, yep, for Elite Dangerous and Star Citizen when I get around to buying that.
I would upgrade my console hard drives too.
Yeah, you could get full on really big SSDs.
And a new TV.
New TV, yeah.
This would be all in one shopping trip, Jake. That's why I'm counting it as one purchase.
Yeah, definitely. Will, first gaming purchase?
I would probably just like build a sick place to have all my video game consoles.
nice
and
man
like,
cave?
Yeah, like just an extension off a house like that I'm at.
That's one thing that I am really looking forward to when I have a house.
Just
Is
have a
I'm gonna
man
have a
cave.
spot for that where I can like, if I want to buy like a poster for a video game, I can put it there and hear no shit
Yeah.
about it.
Yep.
'Cause
Yeah.
it's my spot.
Yeah.
Just have like a huge TV with like every one of my consoles hooked up, and then like a place where I can have like a supercomputer set up and just sweet seats set up.
DX Racer chairs.
Yeah, for just like
God, I want one of those so bad.
for 4 of my friends that I have.
Nice.
Right.
Corey, gaming purchase?
I'm kind of in Will's camp. Just a nice setup. Nice comfy chair, big TV, surround sound. Nice little
You would
cave.
get a new PC, Corey?
Probably after I had a nice setup. I put a pre-order down on the Oculus Rift.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'd do the same for Morpheus.
Okay. Non-gaming purchase.
God, I don't buy things that aren't gaming related. I have a fairly new car.
Buy an ice cream maker.
Honestly, I'd probably get my mom a new car.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, mine would be car too, even though we just bought a new car. The 2016 Ford Focus RS is being released in the United States. That's their rally car. It's a all-wheel drive, turbo, 320 horsepower car that they haven't released in the US before, but they're releasing it in the US now, and I really want one. So, even though we just got a brand new car, I would get one of those. So, what about you, Will?
I don't know. Probably because I'm not really into cars, so I don't really care what I drive all that much. So probably a house.
It's more about reliability for me with a car.
Yeah.
I'm just one of those people, like, my friends are, like, into cars, and like, oh, look at that car, and, like, making fun of cars, but, like, I never really care.
Me, I could give 2 fucks about what somebody's driving.
I don't care that they're driving a Saturn.
No. It's like, all right,
It's
good for
probably
you,
the
man.
only car they can have.
Yeah, whatever.
So, like, I don't care about all that stuff, but, like, it would probably be a house so I can have my sweet gaming setup.
There you go. Gotta have the house before you can have your sweet gaming center.
Exactly. And that's probably what I would do.
Corey?
You could set up a sweet gaming center and a storage unit. That'd be kind of fun.
You know what we should all do is pool our winnings together and buy a place and start a LAN center for LAN gaming.
That's a good idea. There is Twitch has a lot of people that set up like gaming houses, and they all like stream, and that's how they bring in money.
Oh, you know what I'd buy?
Fun LAN center here.
There used to be.
Yeah, over in Vestal,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Well, Corey?
I'd buy that arcade car with the kegerator on the back of it,
Oh yeah,
with the tap on the underneath the steering wheel.
it's fantastic.
Shit.
Endless fun.
Favorite superhero, favorite villain?
My favorite superhero has always been Batman. Don't really have any reason why. I just thought he was cool. He looked like a bat. Villain. I don't know about villain. I've never really been into the superhero thing too much. Like I like it, but I'm not like super into it.
I think we're all kind of like that.
I thought Darth Maul was pretty cool in Star Wars when he first came out. I don't know. I thought he was pretty badass looking. Yeah, I guess that would be my answers.
Well,
Man, superhero stuff is like something that I should be into, but I'm not.
I'm such a noob about it.
It's the same thing with anime. Like, I just don't ever pay attention.
Never clicked.
I do know, though, I used to have a favorite superhero. I just can't think of who it is. Obviously, they're my favorite.
Do you know what
Wonder Woman.
Yeah, Catwoman. Is that Catwoman?
Yeah, Catwoman from Batman.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was Batwoman or Catwoman or whatever.
There's Batgirl.
Yeah, I don't have a favorite superhero. Villain? I'm trying to think of a villain from a video game that I always thought was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know, I always thought Kafka was a great villain.
very hateable villain.
Yeah, because he was just one of those pure evil. Because at least with like Sephiroth and Final Fantasy VII, you kind of felt bad for him for a little, like for an extent. But Kafka was just a royal D-bag.
Yes, he was.
The entire game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Corey?
I always like the Ninja Turtles. Do I have to pick one?
No,
No.
but you should.
Yeah, who's your favorite?
Donatello.
Either Donatello or Mikey.
Okay.
Mike, see, I would have pegged you for a Leonardo guy.
What?
You always throw a curveball, and nobody would say Leonardo, so I thought you might.
No. Leonardo's boring. Nobody wants to be the leader. That's the least fun.
Oh, was he the leader?
Yeah.
I like being a leader.
I was always Donatello was always my favorite.
I liked Raphael or Mikey. That was a good pick too, though. Corey Shredder's a good villain.
Casey Jones.
Oh, Casey Jones was awesome
Yeah.
with his cricket.
Underrated.
Isn't that what he had? A cricket bat or whatever?
He had a hockey stick and a baseball bat. He had all sorts of
A
sports.
Jose Canseco bat? Tell me you didn't pay money for that.
Nice. Villain. Favorite villain.
I don't know. Lex Luthor. I used to watch a lot of Superman growing up with, what's his name? Dean Cain. It's the end of that story.
Riz
Yeah.
votes for Venom as villain.
Okay.
Oh, the Joker. I mean,
Joker.
come on.
Yeah, I wanted to say Joker, but
You think that's
I like the Riddler too.
Riddler. My favorite superhero is Captain America. I actually read a lot of the old first generation Captain America comics. I have 3 of the Captain America books, but I like you guys. I never really got that into superhero stuff. Just specifically Captain America. For a while, I was reading the newer stuff, and it was really good. I never got into it. You know, I'm actually wearing a Captain America shirt right now. Actually, as far as favorite villain, I don't know. It would probably be something from Star Wars. It would probably be like Darth Vader or the Emperor. Probably the Emperor, because Darth Vader kind of redeems himself at the end. Spoiler alert.
Dan.
Sorry.
Totally redeems himself.
So it'd probably be the Emperor in Star Wars. Would be my favorite villain of all time. Best villain, easily hateable villain.
What about Captain Planet, guys?
He's our hero.
Yeah,
Gonna take pollution down to 0.
I don't remember any of the villains from that. I remember the pig guy. There was a pig guy, I think. Was
Yeah. Well, there's Cowboy and Bebop from the Teenage
Cowboy and
Mutant Ninja
Bebop,
Turtles.
yep, the rhino and the pig. Or
I had
rhino
the
and
action
boar.
figures.
Bebop and Rocksteady.
Oh, did I say Cowboy and Bebop? I did.
Cowboy Bebop was an anime.
I said Cowboy and Bebop. Yes, Bebop and Rocksteady is what I meant.
Yeah.
If you found out you're the last person on Earth, what would be the first things you would do?
God, I don't want to be the last person on Earth.
I'd probably beat it
Rub one out
on the street.
anywhere you
In a
wanted.
very public place in the mall.
You could just go wherever the fuck you wanted and beat one.
Well, probably gather up some generators, get some gasoline so I have electricity.
I'd give up.
Would you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that would be so depressing though. I don't like loneliness. I hate loneliness.
Me too. I'd be depressed. I'd probably just kill myself.
Hopefully, there's like
Yeah.
dogs still. You can have some dog friends.
Yeah, but they'll die eventually, and then you'll really be in it.
Breed them.
You talk about depressed. Imagine if you're the last person on Earth, but you have a dog friend, and he dies.
All
Like,
right.
What's I Am Legend?
Yeah.
Like
I
that.
was just gonna say that.
I'd start studying, try and build a spaceship to get me off planet Earth.
Yeah.
Race against time.
Eric would end it in a fiery car wreck.
Oh yeah.
God,
Oh.
what would you do? That's a.
I'd take Dan's car where I want to take it and light it on fire and jump in.
Burn it up. Yeah, I'm probably with you, Gore. I'd probably like try and build I would just try and build myself a shelter or whatever, or figure out what I'm going to do. And
It's really ambitious of you guys.
yeah, I mean, that's the type of situation where you have to keep your mind busy, because the second you stop and try and look around at yeah, exactly, you're going to swallow a bullet.
You'll pull an Eric.
You know what I'd do? I'd probably go to like all the classified Area 51 and poke around. Go to
Yes.
the White House and poke around. Like
That's a good idea.
go a bunch of places that I never would have been able to go otherwise. And then once I ran out of those things, I'd probably, I don't know, Groundhog Day it.
You'd have no one to share that information with, and wouldn't that just be sad?
Yes, but it would be enough to keep me going for a little while. You know, just
Yeah.
satisfying that curiosity.
Yeah.
Speaking of government cover-ups and all that.
Yeah, you could find all the hidden UFOs.
Yeah.
Okay. So thanks, Jake.
Yeah.
Tito in LA says, "How do you think Windows 10 will affect Xbox and their future?" I'll start. I think there's going to be a lot of tie-ins with Windows 10 and Xbox. I'm really hoping Xbox figures out a way to stream PC games to Xbox, because that would be more likely to get an Xbox because of the new Xbox because of that.
I'd be pumped for that.
So that would be awesome. I know there's going to be like the Steam Link thing, but if I can have a game console that has exclusives and also something that streams my PC games to it, that would be fantastic. So
That would be awesome.
yeah, I know right now you can stream your Xbox games to your PC. Why?
And
I
I don't ever want to do
would
that.
never use that. So if it's the reverse, that'll be good. But yeah, that's all I'm hoping for that. Corey, you have anything?
What about the interface, Dan? Do you think it'll improve that?
I don't know. The Xbox menu is pretty messy. They
fucking bad.
They do need to clean it up a little bit.
Do you think it can help with that?
Probably.
I just want to say it took me like 15 minutes to figure out where to redeem my Smite code.
It's a disaster.
I just was trying to go through the stuff on like my profile and stuff, but I had to go all the way to the store, which took forever to
I would have
figure it out.
Googled it at that point.
You're right. That would have been a lot faster.
It's sad that you have to Google that,
Yeah.
too, by the way.
It's 2015, people. Come on. Get your shit together, Xbox.
You figured Xbox wouldn't have such a clunky interface too.
Yeah. I hear ya. What do you think of Halo and the current state of multiplayer FPSs? Right now, I've been playing Master Chief Collection with my cousin, and honestly, I think Halo style just doesn't cut it anymore.
I totally agree. Aside from all the bullshit with that game,
Yeah.
Will and I tried to play on Legendary. We were starting with the first game, and regardless of any of the problems the game had, I didn't think it was very good.
Right.
It didn't hold my interest at all. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like the direction it's going, but I also don't think it holds up as well anymore. So I don't know.
and I'm not into sci-fi anyway. Like, I just played the Halo multiplayer online because I thought it was fun. So the story for me isn't that great, but yeah, I was not into it when we played the Halo 1 campaign.
Yeah.
It's not very good.
Okay. Corey?
What was the question?
About Halo and whether the Halo formula holds up.
What is the Halo formula anymore?
Kind of slow, maybe.
Is it
shields
still
and stuff.
that? I mean, Will, you played the
It's-
beta for the 5, right?
Halo 5 is faster now, though, right,
It's-
than the older games.
If you've played Advanced Warfare and Destiny and like Titanfall, it's all of that in one game now.
Okay.
And it's just I don't know. I don't like that type of shooter because basically like 2 headshots you're dead now, like how the other ones are. 'Cause
Yeah.
you feel like you could survive a little bit in the old Halos and like
Little survivability.
maybe you could get away.
Mhm.
Can't anymore.
Yeah. Or a teammate could come, like, save you.
Exactly. I just don't. Corey, remember when you and I played?
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like, did it feel like Halo to you at all?
No.
Yeah.
Because, it used to be, like, if you traveled in a pair or in a group and the other team wasn't doing that,
You could
they
win.
had no chance because if they're focusing on one guy, it takes too long for them to kill anybody.
Exactly.
And everybody else will just pick them off because of your shields and whatnot. And if that's gone, then it's not Halo.
Yeah. I mean, I put the video up and it just didn't. I don't know. After I just didn't enjoy it.
I think first-person shooters in general are due for a shakeup. I think
Isn't there a question about that?
I don't know. Maybe.
I think I think there is.
Okay. Yeah, it just says, what do you think of Halo and current state of multiplayer first-person
Oh,
shooters?
okay.
Right now, I've been playing Master Chief Collection with my cousin, and honestly, I think Halo style doesn't cut it anymore.
Yeah, I think you're right though, Dan. The state of first-person shooters is pretty shitty.
In general.
Yeah, it's just so done.
Yeah.
I don't have the interest in it anymore. It used to be like my favorite.
And that's specifically multiplayer too. Like I like single player story based first person shooters.
I can't even get to that anymore.
Like BioShock is one of them. What's the other one?
Metro.
Metro is another one. Wolfenstein.
Wolfenstein.
And those are fine. But yeah, the multiplayer it's getting a little bit old. I'm hoping Overwatch can inject some newness into it, but I don't even know because that's kind of derivative of like Team Fortress. So
yeah,
That's a little different though.
it is.
yeah, it's not like your AAA FPS.
It's more of a what's the word? I don't know. Riz uses the phrase arena shooters.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would definitely separate like Team Fortress from Call of Duty.
No, I'm talking about Overwatch.
Right, but I would put Overwatch in with Team Fortress.
Yeah. Yeah, because they're squad based, class based shooters more so than just a standard multiplayer first person shooter.
I'm still excited for Siege. Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh yeah, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah. Something more tactical.
Yeah.
Just
If
the
if,
average-
if it ends up being that way, you know, lots of these Call of Duty games have said be more tactical.
The new one supposedly is supposed to be more tactical.
Yeah.
The first-person MOBA on a podcast I was listening to the other day because there's classes now, and they're all like independent of each other, and you can like, I don't know.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, me
Just
too. I don't
stop it.
I don't believe it for a goddamn second.
Did you watch that trailer by any chance?
No, of
It was
course I didn't.
terrible. I stopped it after it was like 3 minutes, and I was just like, "This is
Wait,
so dumb."
Black Ops 3?
Yeah.
COD Blops 3.
COD Ops 3. Okay. Yeah,
Not this year, duty.
duty, bro.
Oh, you don't get me again.
You don't think so?
No.
Not even if it's $40.
That wasn't even a convincing no.
You guys fuck off.
I'm glad you did buy it because you could report on it, and it was decent, right? I mean,
That was okay.
yeah. Number 3, what do you think about Tampa Bay Lightning's playoff run so far? I root for them being from that area, but I don't follow hockey.
Tyler Johnson.
I was just gonna say that, Will. That was
I was going to say Tyler Johnson, too.
on
He
the
was
tip of my tongue.
one of my fantasy studs this year.
He's another player I
He's
love watching.
He's a great player. They have Stamkos has not scored that much.
No, it's been the
Hedman and Tyler Johnson,
the Palat and Kucherov Johnson line's been the one that's been producing.
second line.
They got smoked today, but
Oh, that came over.
it was 6-2 when I saw.
Oh wow.
That's all right.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be rooting for the Lightning if the other playoff series that I haven't really watched any since my team's been eliminated, but I've been following a little bit. So I'll root for them if the other series don't necessarily go the way I want them to.
It's looking that way.
It is looking that way. You're right. I mostly because I like having new teams in the mix. I don't like seeing the same old teams.
Yeah.
So okay, Corey, Tampa Bay.
Yeah, I like Tampa Bay. They've got some of my ex-Rangers over there, so 3 of them, I think.
Callahan.
Callahan, Boyle, and
Strawman.
Yeah.
All likable guys, so.
Right. Number 4, Messi is awesome. Eric, did you see Champions League highlights from the Barcelona versus Bayern Munich game?
Oh boy. Yeah, I saw a highlight of Messi's second goal from yesterday. I saw the highlight today. Wow. He you want to talk about leaving the defender's jockstrap on the floor as he goes by him?
Uh-huh.
I'm sure you kind of grasp how hard it is to use a soccer ball at your feet, and they basically are as good with their feet as we would be with our hands.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not easy.
oh my god,
It's hard.
ridiculously hard. And like the way that he controls the ball, they call it like it looks like it's on a string.
Yeah.
So he's really good with his left foot, right? So he's coming in to the box, and the defender doesn't want to give him his left because he always scores with his left. So he's cutting in. He fakes left, goes that way, but it looks like he's going, like he just has to. And he just pulls it back over, and the defender just falls over. And he goes by him and just chips the goalie, which is hard to do.
Yeah.
And it's just... He's so fucking good.
Nice.
And I mean, he's playing Bayern Munich, who's a top 3 team in the world.
Yeah.
We're not talking about Newark Valley High School that he's making defenders fall over.
The
You're talking
Cardinals.
about Boateng, who's a really good defender.
Yeah.
He's ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
It's one of those moments where you remember that there really is no argument who the best player in the world is.
Right.
I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
Does Boateng need to retire now?
You got it up here, Corey. Yeah, watch this. He just falls over. He might need to retire.
I'm hanging up the cleats.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. I can't. Ugh.
Nice.
The difficulty level of what he does, and he makes it look so easy. That's the other thing. That's the mark of a great player in any sport, is when they make it look so easy that you look at it and you're like, I could probably, try to pull that off. And then when you get a soccer ball at your feet, you're like, there's no fucking way I could ever do this.
Yeah.
But he's
hear
just ridiculously good. Yeah.
Sounds good. Which developer do you think can or will do what Bungie is trying to do with Destiny, but better? Or who would you like to see try it, if at all? Corey, what do you got?
Ooh, that's a difficult question.
So I think what he's going for is the MMO FPS genre, the underutilized MMO FPS genre, because I think that's going to be a game type that's more popular coming up as technology gets better and hopefully internet connections get better. I think that's going to be a more popular genre that someone else is going to try to do. Destiny is next, At the very least, who would you like to see try it?
I tell you my answer.
What's that?
I think Bungie can do it better.
I was going to say Bungie because I think for Destiny 2, I think Destiny 2 will be a lot better than the first Destiny.
I'm really close to buying Destiny again.
Yeah.
And this the new expansion
Yeah,
has been pretty well received
right.
so far, aside from the lack of raid.
Right.
I like Destiny. I really do. I think it's a good game. I think in all the stuff they've added, it seems like it brought something good to the table. And I want to get another whirl at it.
Okay.
And I think Destiny 2 could be really good.
I would get it for PC if it ever came out on PC.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I own it, and all my saves got corrupted, so I have to start over.
Yeah.
What
you were
system?
only like
PS4.
level 7.
11,
anyway, right?
Dan.
Oh, 11.
I'd be happy. Yeah, well, I'll get it again soon. I'd be happy to start another character.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the DLC for it too, probably.
Yeah, because I have a hunter. You should do a hunter. Or do you want to do a mage?
I did the Warlock.
I did Warlock.
All right, so I'll do
Sorry.
the other one. I can't remember what
If
it
you want
is.
to do
Titan?
Warlock, you can.
No, that's cool.
Because I can do Hunter.
whatever you want to do. We'll figure it out later.
Yeah.
That's talks for later. But yeah, my answer would be Bungie. I think Bungie can do it better, and I think they will do it better.
Yeah.
I think it's got a lot of potential. Destiny is probably the best building block of any game I've ever seen.
Right. Okay. Will, do you have any thoughts? Who would you like to see try it?
To try it, maybe Bethesda.
I want to see them try everything.
Yeah, you're right. They could, and I think they could do it.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah. I think this is going to be a more explored genre, like I said, with technology getting better. I think that you're going to see more of those types of games come out. There was one called... it was supposed to come out years ago.
Firefall?
No, not Firefall. It was for the Xbox 360. It was like Hex. Not I want to say Hexic, but that's not it. I'm not gonna think of the name of it. But it was supposed to be an MMO FPS. But it never panned out because of technology. But
Is PlanetSide 2 ever going to release on PS4?
I don't know. You'd
Boy,
think,
that's come and gone, hasn't it?
yeah, that was supposed to be like close to launch.
Yeah, that was one of their polls.
Yeah. That's fun.
Dupes.
I was gonna say any company that makes MMOs, I'd be interested to see.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Titan was gonna be. Blizzard's canceled the MMO.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
MMO FPS. Maybe that kind of morphed into Overwatch.
It did.
It did.
Oh,
yeah.
did it?
Yeah.
did.
Oh, okay. Makes sense. Cool. What are some good Subway alternatives if I just want to try something different?
There are none.
Subway alternatives.
Ooh.
Specifically for subs, right? I mean,
Sub sandwiches.
Quiznos?
There are none.
Dan.
Right. As far as fast food sub sandwich goes, you're not going to beat Subway, in my opinion. The only alternative to that is find a local deli.
Yeah.
That's the only alternative.
With boar's head meat.
Doesn't have to be Boar's Head. It's overrated.
Well, it doesn't have nitrates, so if you're health conscious.
Oh, fucking nitrates.
Eric's a former deli guy.
Deli kind of sewer.
Deli guys.
I still remember a lot of the codes for the deli meats. It's funny. I was thinking about it today, actually. No, you're right about the nitrates, Corey. But, yeah, you can't beat a good local deli sandwich.
No.
You really can't. It's like a local shitty pub.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to do a Subway substitute, it has to be just a local. Look for the dumpiest place you can that makes subs, and it'll be the best one.
Yeah. And cheap, too.
Cheap. Oh, God, it would be half the price. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
What's that place where you go and you punch in what you want on the computer?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That sounds like something
Shit.
people would know about, Corey.
It's a southern thing. We don't have them up here.
I don't know, dude. You type in where you want to go?
No. You go to the place, you punch in what you want on your sub on a computer. You don't have to talk to anybody, and then it comes out for you.
Boy, if that's not a microcosm of the world.
What the hell is the name of that place? It's got like
Royal
a weird
Farms?
name. No, not Royal Farms. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay.
Riz is a Quiznos fan.
I like Quiznos. They're a little bit expensive, I think, but the subs I've had from there have been good. So we used to have one right down the street from our apartment, and I used to go there frequently. But they closed shortly after they opened. I think they're only open for like a year.
They can't compete with Subway.
No, it was in a bad spot too. Like there's a lot of traffic there, and there's no easy way to get in and out of the parking
yeah.
lot. It was just in a bad spot. So I think that was part of it.
Dan, your son corrected me the other day. I said, "Oh, Max, looks like you got a good sandwich there," and he's like, "It's not a sandwich, it's a sub."
Kids
Yeah.
are hilarious.
Yeah, we for my son's birthday, like he doesn't like a lot of foods, so we always try to have some for his birthdays. We try to have something he'll actually eat. And this year it was like sandwiches because he got into Subway recently and sandwiches. So that's what we did at his birthday. And yes, he does like to correct people. He's
He-
kind of like
well, he's at that age where everything is literal, you know?
yeah, yep.
That's funny.
Question number 7. Someone mentioned wanting to move. I think it was Dan. Dan, where would you move to? Speaking of places, what are some destinations all of you would like to go visit or live? And my wife actually wanted to know the same thing. Place you'd like to visit most out of any place.
Most?
Yeah. But we'll start with moving. For me, I want to move somewhere where there's not little, if any, winter. This winter really soured me on winters in general. It was long and snowy and frigid. I've never been a big cold person anyway, so I want to go somewhere where if there's snow, it's just a little bit and it's melted by noon, you know?
Dan, you'll be happy to know in Edmonton on the 6th of May it snowed, and there was
horrible.
snow on cars.
That's horrible.
Yep.
That's my nightmare right there. As far as specific places we're looking, like I was thinking I would like to move maybe Pacific Northwest, either the Washington or Oregon coast would be
Move
cool.
to Seattle so I can come visit someone else.
Seattle's one of the places. Eugene Oregon is a place. There's a few nice cities like on the Oregon coast that would be nice. But I'm also thinking being a Predators fan, Google Fiber is going to be in Nashville in a couple of years. Nashville would be a good place to go,
Sweet place too.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of nice suburbs around it, and like I said, Google Fiber. The economy's around there is good. The economy in upstate New York is god awful. A lot of people call it Detroit with trees. That's how bad it is up here.
That's brilliant.
So
that's a pretty accurate description.
Yep. But right now, my wife is taking administration courses. She's a teacher. She's back in college to take administration. So once she finishes next spring, she's going to look for jobs, and if it's somewhere else, then we're going to go. So it won't be at the very least until next summer that we'll move out.
Mm-hmm.
Those are some options. Like North Carolina would be fine. There's very little, if any, snow there. That would be fine.
Are you guys definitely moving next summer?
No, no,
okay.
it's a maybe at this point. But I would like to.
Yeah, that's when I'm moving.
Better internet. The places I'm looking have to have good internet too. Yeah. That's a given. Which is unfortunately is not that hard to do because our internet here sucks. Big time.
The struggle is real.
Yeah. So there's that. Places. What are some destinations all of you would love to go visit or live?
Well, I'm going to move to Richmond
right
next summer.
Yep.
90% sure.
Mm-hmm.
I've looked into that. It looks pretty cool.
Richmond, Virginia.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Right in there. It's a suburb of Richmond.
You're going to work on a tobacco farm, right?
I'd like to say I was going to make an honest living like that, but no. I'm just moving up the corporate ladder.
Ramping up the corporate ladder.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, Richmond looks pretty cool. They got good soccer down there, a good soccer fan base, so I'm excited about that. There's an Arsenal bar down there, which is one of the main things I would need if I were to move. Better internet, I've looked into. Yeah, it is Richmond, Virginia. As far as where I would want to visit, I would love to go to London to go to an Arsenal game. I've always wanted to go to Ireland because I'm Irish.
Ireland's up there for me too.
Yep.
Australia, I've always wanted to go.
Oh, really?
Really bad, yeah.
I've always wanted to go to Seattle. I don't know why. I've heard it's cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to go to a Sounders game out there. They have really good fans. Mm-hmm. In the U.S., Seattle would probably be my number one destination.
Place you want to go to? Will?
I have a fascination with Seattle, Maine.
I've been to Maine.
Is it nice?
It's pretty drab.
Is it?
At least where I went, but it could have been the time of year that I was there.
What time did you go?
It was winter.
Yeah. Because I know Allison went, and she really liked it. And
a lot of people do.
She went towards the beginning of summer. So,
yeah.
And Minnesota's another place I have a fascination with. Me and my friends always say Seattle's end game for us, because
it's rainy there, though.
Yeah, I like that.
I like rain.
I like that climate a lot.
See, I don't like rain.
I like 50-degree weather with rain and stuff. I don't mind that. And Seattle will be getting hockey in the near future.
Hopefully before Las Vegas.
Somebody said who is with owners there that hockey in Seattle is closer than everybody thinks.
That's good.
Because they said they have private funding for a stadium now, and it doesn't have to come from
that's great. From the government.
The government. That's just what I saw on Puck Daddy.
Oh, good.
So, that's just one place I want to visit there and see it, and I do want to go there. And I don't know why. It seems really nice there.
Tito brought up one that I forgot I would like to go to, Austin, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard good things about
Austin. Supposed to be pretty fun.
Yeah.
Kind of a college town.
Hipster town.
Which
is fine.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe I don't want to go there.
Okay.
A lot of beanie caps around, probably. I'm not a huge fan of that.
Yeah.
There's only one true hipster that I can really put up with.
What's that?
My cousin.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Places, Corey.
Yes.
Places you'd like to move or go visit, live?
Japan has always been on my list, at least in the last few years, and now I have a hookup there, right, Will?
You do. I was just going to say that.
Which will be nice. Can save on room and board.
He would love to have anybody come visit.
I would love to go.
That'd be awesome.
And have a little tour guide.
Oh, yeah. And his girlfriend is one of the nicest people I've ever met, too. So.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Places I would move to. I don't know. I've been to. I really liked Alaska, and I would go up there again in a heartbeat. They pay you to live up there, which is a little different than New York State.
I'd like to visit Alaska. I do
Yeah.
like that's. I like animals too.
Yeah. You got your nature. You got your everybody leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Bad
But-
video game though, right?
Say again.
Not good for gaming.
Probably not.
Yeah, I couldn't do that.
Bad internet, I would
Well,
think.
you get
Is it bad move?
almost 24 hours of daylight,
Oh yeah, that's right.
I don't need that.
That's a lot of light.
and
I like-
depending on how far north you are, 24 hours a night.
That's pretty crazy to think about.
I feel like you're in a movie.
Well, some towns they during the 24 hours a night ban alcohol.
I could see that.
Causing
'cause-
problems.
Yeah, because it's just nighttime. You're like, well, might as well get fucked up.
Yeah.
I have 24 hours to drink it off.
I actually have a friend that regularly visits Finland,
Really?
and she says that in the summer, like days are like 20 hours long.
Yeah.
So it's kind of the same situation.
I've always also maybe once I make my first million, I want to get a little boat and zip out to the Chatham Islands in the Southern Pacific. It's outside of New Zealand.
What's in the
That'd be
Chatham
cool.
Islands?
Population of 640 people is what's in the Chatham Islands.
Dude,
gotcha.
you know what would be awesome is to do that and do like a documentary and just talk to people that live there.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome. Document your boat ride.
yeah.
We should get a sailboat and do that. That'd be fucking awesome. That's what we could buy with our big winnings, like Jake asked.
Yeah.
Sailboat.
Once we go big,
Yeah. Because then I could tell you to swab the poop deck.
that's got to be coming soon, right? Us going big.
You'd think.
Boy, I hope.
Any day now, guys.
We're almost to 200 episodes.
Then I can pick wherever I want to live.
Oh, one place I wanted to add to places I'd like to visit is Rio de Janeiro, Brazil.
Brazil.
I've always wanted to go to Brazil.
It's violent.
Yeah, I would stay in the touristy areas,
Alright.
and I wouldn't carry any cash on me.
Yeah.
I'd be careful, but I've always wanted to go to Brazil.
Brad Williams
Well-
got mugged there, Dan.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
oh, boy, I'd be careful.
Well, he's
You
a
could-
smaller guy.
Yeah,
So-
so am I. I'm
well,
heavy.
he's a really small guy.
Oh,
Yeah. I don't know.
okay. And then Tito asks, anything you guys want to ask me? Anything you guys want?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna ask Tito.
Ask Tito. He said someone mentioned wanting to know people's battle.net username. Mine is poppinlock1918. Feel free to share.
Number
Always-
1918. I
Yeah,
think you have to put that in there.
Number 1918. Yep. I'm always looking hashtag 1918. I'm always looking for more people to play Hearthstone and Heroes of the Storm with.
Don't play Hearthstone with Tito. He'll beat you.
Yeah, I'm
Tito's-
intimidated to play Tito in anything.
Tito's
actually.
pretty good at any game I've played with him. So
Yeah.
Heroes of the Storm, Titanfall.
He's good at Destiny.
I only played briefly with him in Destiny.
We were always on a team, so it didn't matter. I'll ask Tito a question. I know he went to a big D1 school.
He did.
How was going to the sporting events down there? That's what I'd like to know. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's something that I feel like I missed out on
Right.
by just being a complete waste of space in high school.
Right.
A waste of humanity.
You
I would have
missed
loved,
a chance to go to a big college.
I would have loved to gone to like North Carolina or something
Yeah.
and experience the sporting events, something like that.
Yeah.
That would have been a blast.
Yeah.
So like, if you went to football games or anything like that, how was it?
Yeah.
Do you have any like memorable experiences from that?
Mhm.
Or maybe some pep rallies or just getting good liquored up a couple
Yeah.
days before the homecoming game,
Yeah.
something like that.
It's a good question. Anyone else? I can't think of anything off the top of my head, Tito, but I'll get back to you on that, no doubt.
Yeah, we should do a opposite episode where
Yeah,
we ask listeners questions.
that's a good idea. That's
One
a
for the
very
back
good idea.
pocket.
How big are your brains?
Brains. Okay. So should we take a break?
Yeah.
And then we'll get to the rest. We have more stuff that's
Oh.
feedback.
Jake actually asked another question.
Yeah,
Dan.
let's hear it.
What NES game would you like to see make a comeback? Only one came to mind for me, and it's one that I think I've talked about before. It's one of the only NES games I remember, and I don't think it was a big one, but I remember it for some reason. I've always thought it was a cool thing. Dick Tracy.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember Dick Tracy?
yeah. I played
There's a
Dick
movie
Tracy.
if anybody's interested in it, but he's kind of like, I think he's like a detective, and there's all these different like mobster bad guys. I feel like nowadays they could do something pretty sweet with that.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, think about how cool it would be if they implemented the Shadow of Mordor system with
Nemesis
the
system.
Nemesis system with all those different bad guys. They could make any number of new villains for that.
Yeah,
That would be awesome.
that's a good idea.
That's what I'd like to see.
Nice. NES game. Dang it.
Bubble Bobble.
Bubble Bobble.
It's a good co-op platformer.
Yeah. I don't know. I would have to think about that one. Because I think a lot of the series have been rebooted or continued on a lot of the more popular games anyway. Will, can you think of anything?
I cannot, Dan.
NES?
Shatterhand.
Shatterhand? I don't remember that one.
Shatterhand.
Was that boxing?
What was that one? I always talk about this and I always forget the name. It was like you were like in Sherwood Forest and captured forts and had sword fights.
Yeah, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
No, not that one. Can't think of the name of it. I don't know.
Beats me, man.
That was a good game.
All right, shall we take a quick break?
Tito, he answered.
Oh.
He said it was epic. The
Yeah.
Swamp. He went to Florida. The Swamp
Okay.
is where they play their
Uh-huh.
football games. He said it's one of the best college football stadiums in the country. He was there for 4 years and went through 4 national championships.
Nice. That's
Said
fantastic.
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
So it's pretty sweet.
that is sweet. Okay. Break?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yay.
We'll take a quick break and be back with what we played right after this. I really got to pee, that's why.
Me too. Oh my
You're-
god, it's 10:30.
He said Joakim Noah and Billy Donovan were a lot of fun. I hated Joakim Noah.
Yep.
In college.
Yeah. I like him now. I mean, I don't watch pro basketball, but now I like him
I just say I'm a Golden State fan because they're really good.
because they're good now.
Yeah.
I have always rooted for North Carolina.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I actually had a rooting interest in college basketball, so I really disliked anybody else that was, good enough to beat North Carolina.
Yeah.
So I really disliked Noah, and he was so cocky.
He was. I remember him being a real
Yeah,
dick.
Yeah, he is. He's real cocky. I mean, he's an emotional player, which I can understand, but he's cocky.
Yeah.
And he's really ugly.
He's one of the ugliest men.
Not that matters, but, like, he's strikingly ugly. It is pretty sweet. Isn't he the one whose dad was in the Legion of Doom wrestling, WWE?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he was.
I didn't know that.
He was either Hawk or Animal. Joakim Noah. Dad. No, it wasn't him. Whose dad was the... His dad was a tennis player. Whose dad was it? Shit.
Brittany Griner.
Legion
the bathroom, too.
Doom.
All right.
Oh, James Laurinaitis. His dad was Animal from the Legion of Doom. That's right.
The linebacker?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Joakim Noah's mom is a model.
He always, is a lot taller than he looks.
He's like 7 feet tall.
I know. He looks like he's like an average 6 foot tall dude, but he's enormous. That always surprised me about him.
Okay, his mom and sister are pretty attractive.
Oh, yeah?
Wow, his
You'd
sister
never
is
think.
gorgeous.
You never think, because he always had a weird dirt stash.
Dude, look at him. He's a goofy bastard.
Yeah.
But look at his sister.
Yeah.
She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Look at this guy. What a friggin' tool. I love it, though.
Yeah.
He's probably my favorite player now.
Nice.
Wow. Man, his sister's gorgeous. Good for him. As long as you're not a boob man.
I mean, I like boobs, but I'm more of a butts man.
Same. Yeah, she's not bringing much to the table there.
I'll never subtract points for boobs.
No, same.
But definitely more of butt and thighs.
Yeah. Good meaty thigh.
Yep, juicy. Need juicy.
I could see him being a real character wandering around campus. He's a kind of a goofball.
Yeah. The hair too.
Yeah.
Big fro. Love it.
Yeah. Will.
Yeah.
Joakim Noah's sister's gorgeous.
Who is it?
You want to see it?
Yeah.
Riz said nuts about butts.
Yep. Nuts about butts. Okay. Let me be prepared this time with my
Look at this
actually have
girl.
my notes up.
Sister.
Yeah.
Get a picture of him. Oh my god.
Hold on. There's a really good picture of him. Hold on.
When he got drafted. That
Well,
one, the one you're talking about? With the goofy
Yeah,
smile
but I
on his
didn't
face?
search the same thing. I hope it shows up. There it is.
Nice.
He is strikingly.
Oh shit. Next week's episode 199, and then we have episode 200. We haven't even planned anything for it.
Well,
It'll be last.
I'm not surprised that we
No,
haven't.
me neither. I haven't even thought about it.
Oh my god.
We probably just drink, right?
Yeah. Probably.
That'll
It's
be
like-
fun. We
it's
haven't
like
had a
the
good.
Predator.
We haven't even had a good. We haven't had a good drinking episode in a while.
Shitty drunk episode.
Drinking.
Joakim Noah. What a player.
Yeah, he didn't get his mom's looks or his sister's looks.
What's his dad look like? Oh, he got his dad look, didn't he?
Yeah.
Hi guys.
Hey. Joey,
Shit.
Where are we at now?
what we played?
God, Eric, what we played.
Eric,
That's
we've done this every week for 4 years.
It's depressing when you say that.
Now,
Yeah, it
in
is.
Eric's defense, we haven't always had the segments in the same order.
That's true. We
Don't-
didn't even always have the segments.
Are those Pop Tarts?
No, these are garlic parmesan cheese crackers.
Your hands all sticky with Parmesan.
That's fine. I eat so much now, it's ridiculous.
Well, you gotta keep fueled
I know it.
for mulching.
Be mulching all day again tomorrow. Although, Fridays and Mondays, garbage pickup in the morning. I love garbage pickup.
Do you like your job?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, I like it a lot.
It's good on its day's work.
Couple hours, 7 to 9, just walk around with a grabber and pick up trash. Coffee breaks at 9. That's why I like working with older gentlemen.
Yeah.
They get caught. Oh, that sounds like a pretty sweet job, if I'm being honest.
You get to listen to podcasts and stuff?
I have yet to like go out on my own and mow,
Oh, gotcha.
because they fingerprint you, and until your fingerprints come back clear, you always have to be with someone else.
Oh.
So I haven't
See-
really been alone yet.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah.
This won't come back clear anyway, so.
Sorry,
I'm
Corey.
getting nervous. I did them last Monday.
Background checks can take a long time.
Mine took 2 weeks.
To me, it's insane that you have to do a background check for working in a grocery store.
I lay produce
For
in
one
bins
thing.
all day.
And secondly, for
Apparently
for
slowly.
caring for grounds.
Well,
Like, I get the stealing from
I have
old
to ask
people
you a couple
thing, but
questions when we
it's not even the stealing; it's the abuse and
Brian,
stuff.
you like him?
still,
Brian.
Yeah.
From where?
Produce.
I don't know. Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Kind of hipster.
5, 4, 3,
got along good
2,
today.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
1. Welcome back, everybody. Episode 198 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. We are now in What We Played. Corey, I know you're chewing, but I think we'll start with you.
Chomping at the bit.
Why would you do such a thing?
Well,
Let
you
me
know.
go, Dan.
Well,
I got
you-
cheese crackers in my hand.
Let Corey eat.
He can eat. I don't care. Go ahead,
Well,
I played nothing.
Will. We'll play nothing. So Corey has to go now anyway,
I mean, I can mention Heroes of the Storm.
if you want.
Get
yeah,
that
didn't
up.
you guys want to talk about that?
Yeah, we can get that away real quick first. So I know people love it when we talk about that.
We did some hero leaguing.
Yeah, we played Hero League. Will and I did, and it made Corey's idea of retiring from Heroes of the Storm seem pretty smart.
Yep.
Because we got in a match with this kid who, I mean, he thought he was really good, and he was ordering everybody around the map and pinging things on the map constantly, and just being a jackass. And I just got so fed up, and we were losing. And it was just such a terrible experience.
Yeah, we won one game out of like 6
It was bad.
or 5.
Just bad times all around. It was just that one kid that really...
Yeah, it was the Asmodan who was Tassadar before.
He put us over... Oh, we got in 2 games with him.
Yeah.
That's right.
Ugh.
Yeah, we got into 2 games with this asshole. But
He yelled at you two, you and Johnny, for not being in the game-changing moment.
oh, that's right. Yeah, there was a game-changing moment, he said. Was that at the boss?
It was at a Merc camp, a Bruiser camp, if I believe.
Yeah, he said we missed out on a game-changing moment. And it was just so stupid. He didn't know what the hell he was talking about, and just talking out of his ass, and really ruined the experience for everybody else.
It was one of those things where it was a team fight where it was going to go wrong really fast.
Yeah, and he kept going in on these things, and like, don't do it. I'm not gonna come save you.
And Eric and Johnny didn't want to get killed. I just dove right in. Because I was Brightwing, so I was like, I got to be there for healing.
Yeah.
And Eric was ETC and Johnny was Sylvanas, and you guys were just like, I'm not going to go in that. And it was
No.
like 5v2. It wasn't worth it.
So yeah, that was a pretty bad experience. Heroes redeemed itself yesterday for me, but
Yeah, I mean, I did a Hero League game solo, and I was hesitant to do that because I know Corey got yelled at, and, you know, people were yelling at us and stuff. And I had first pick, and I asked if I could be Nova, which is a very bad thing to do because a lot of people don't like Nova because she's considered trash tier or whatever. And they said yes, and before the game started, they were like, Nova, you better be good. So I knew immediately if something went wrong, it was going to be on me.
Yeah.
And I was just waiting for it, but I ended up going 33-3 with like almost 100,000 hero damage, and we won. So I was like, phew, thank God. So I was pretty proud of myself for that one. I got hit rank 47. So
I'm just going to do that. I'm going to jump into a game and say, so-and-so, you better be good. And then if anything goes wrong, just start blaming it on that person. And then everybody on my team will agree with me.
Yeah.
That's the way it works, right?
I'm only gonna do Hero League. I think if we have a team, because otherwise it's not fun.
At least 3 people. Or you
At
mean a full
very
5?
least 3 people. I'd rather do it with a full 5.
Okay.
we have one more spot for our team league.
I won't make
Spot.
it. There's no way.
Alex will do it.
Yeah. Well, Corey retired apparently, so
Corey, you wouldn't play if we had a 5-man team, or you know you're not gonna get harassed.
Game's beat.
it's far from being beat.
I disagree with that. I think we could have a good time if we had a 5-man team.
This game is just scratching the surface, Corey.
I agree with you. I think it would be fun, but like we talked about last week, it's like if all I'm going to get out of that game is fun, then I might play it here and there. But
Well, yeah, I mean, just play here and there when we have 5 people.
maybe.
I don't see myself stopping this game anytime soon.
No, I won't either. Corey, I just want to lambaste you about Hearthstone right now. I'm not going to.
Hey, man. I have a
Hearthstone.
good time with Hearthstone.
I know you do, but what do you get out of that? You just unlock new cards? Is that the draw?
Yeah, and making decks and stuff. I have a great time trying to come up with new decks that people don't have.
I don't even want to talk about it.
It's like having like mastering a hero in Heroes.
Yeah, it's
becoming
just about
good.
getting better at it.
I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just, if I had to pick one over the other, I'm picking Hearthstone.
But there's time in the world for both.
Oh, definitely.
I do both.
I don't know. I feel when I play Heroes of the Storm, like it doesn't relax me
Oh
like
no.
Hearthstone does. You know, in a lot of times when I boot up Hearthstone, it's just like a time killer, and I don't want to have to be stressed out. And I don't know.
Well, we have an episode coming up on it on June 2nd, so
That's when
better-
it comes out.
you better be ready.
I'll be absent.
Good.
The other thing is I really want to play Story of the Seasons more. I mean, I work in produce at a grocery store, and I see all these things, and I'm like, I can grow this in the Story of Seasons. I just haven't had the time to like sit down and actually like play it for more than like half an hour.
You should take your 3DS and put it in your pocket and get some street passes.
Actually, I was talking to one of the people in produce about that. and
Lucas.
Yeah, it is, and he brings it around for the street passes
Every
and
day.
and I was like, that's brilliant.
yeah.
He says he puts it under Veggie Market,
Yep.
and I'm gonna probably do that too.
Yep. I should do that with mine too.
This could be the 3DS.
You walk by a certain spot in the store and you get 3 street passes.
It was funny. We were talking about it, and one of the other workers was just looking at us and just started laughing. I'm not gonna say it on air.
Fuck off. Yeah, I usually get around between 4 to 6 if I take mine with me.
Okay.
Yeah, because you're right by the front end there,
Mm-hmm.
so you'll get everybody.
And everybody walks in
Yeah.
there. Because we bonded doing load over video games.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. So.
Nice.
So yeah, I
Oh.
mean, not a whole lot of games being played by me yet.
That's all you played?
Yeah.
All right. Corey, did you want to do Corey's
Yeah,
now, or-
Corey, you want to go?
I guess I can take a break from my cheese crackers.
I distracted as long as I could. I'm sorry.
I finally played Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. Dan, I know you know what that is.
Yes, I do. It's on the Steam wish list.
Yeah, for anybody that doesn't know what it is, it's just a very traditional Japanese role-playing game. And there's honestly really not that much to talk about with it. Because describing it as a traditional JRPG pretty much covers it all. But I think what's going to be interesting about this game is, from what I understand, it starts really slow. But if you're attached to the characters, you will be able to get into it because the story really ramps up as it goes on. And if you're enjoying the characters, then their journey together is worthwhile. So, and I did get attached to the characters pretty early, and it seems like it's going to be a fun story. Because you start off doing like very minor things in this. There's hints of a bigger storm brewing, which I assume I'll be a part of later on in the game. But the music's good, and you know you get that. I played that right after my Heroes of the Storm debacle. The next day I played that, and I was like, yeah, this is more my speed.
Yeah.
You know, just little Japanese role-playing game stuff.
I knew it was too good to be true.
Oh, Corey, thoughts?
I knew it was, because for me to be able to play games with Corey, I just knew it was too good to be true.
Gotcha.
I'll still play. I will.
No. I know.
I haven't uninstalled it yet. I just haven't done my dailies in a week.
Corey, uninstall.
If you say so.
I won't talk to you anymore if you uninstall it.
If I was playing Heroes of the Storm, I wouldn't have had a chance to play any of these other games.
I'm sorry, I derailed you. Keep going.
The other one I played is Strike Suit Zero, which was a Kickstarter game. Had a $100,000 goal, which it hit. It's a space flight combat game. Have any of you guys seen any of the gameplay from it?
Yes, a little bit.
It's pretty cool. I only played for maybe 35 minutes. Did the tutorial and then like the first mission. But your character is a fighter pilot for the UNE, which is the United Nations of Earth. And it's just space combat. It has a third person and a first person cockpit view. And it supports joysticks and will support Oculus Rift when it comes out. So that'll be pretty fun. One thing that's a little bit different about it, it's kind of like the old Star Fox games, but one thing that's different about it is one thumbstick controls where you're looking and the other one controls your wings. So like one thumbstick you're doing a barrel roll and the other one you're looking around. Takes a little bit of getting used to, but I kind of like it because you feel like you're really in control of your ship and can maneuver, do all sorts of backflips and stuff around the enemy.
Can maneuver in one direction and shoot in another.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, your reticule isn't just locked on the direction your ship is going. You can, which is nice. But I haven't played that too much. I do really like it, and I was in a bit of a gaming funk, so it was good to play something different like that. You know, more arcadey kind of shooter, space shooter.
I think it's the time of the year. I
Yeah.
think everyone's kind of going through a little bit of a gaming funk right now. I had a little bit of one, but continue.
Yep. So that's Strike Suit Zero. I don't know how much more I'll play of that. Maybe here and there I'll poke at it. But when I booted up Steam this weekend, it gave me an option to download and play for free this game called Block and Load, which just came out. It's a sandbox voxel-based first-person shooter. So it's 5v5. You pick a character to start off. And I think you pick a loadout. I don't know. The menu screen was all over the place, and it was my first time playing, and I just jumped right into a game. But it's kind of cool because you get, I forget how long you get, maybe 5 or 10 minutes before the match starts setting up your defenses. And each character has different things they can set. I played Doc Eliza Doolally, and she can set poison traps, and she can heal the other characters on your team and stuff. So I had no idea what I was doing. My other teammates, as soon as the match started setting up mines and building walls and stuff, because the goal is to attack and destroy the other person's core. So you have to build defenses around your core.
So that's kind of like a MOBA first-person shooter.
A little bit, yeah. Yep. But it's very Minecrafty too. So there's different blocks that do different things. There's like mud blocks which slow you down. There's lava blocks which burn you. But what I did, I thought this was the most fun. As soon as the match started, I just tunneled straight down beneath our core and just started digging a tunnel in the direction of their core. And by the time, towards the end of the match, I had finally gotten to the other team's core and just popped up underneath it and started attacking the hell out of it, which was fun. We ended up losing, but it was a fun little experience for me
That's a neat strategy.
tunnel all the way over. I mean, I'm sure people have done that, but
Yeah.
but the shooting mechanic and all that stuff was just fine and dandy. I'll probably never play that again, but it was interesting to see. I like the idea of it, but it just didn't come together for me in a way that was like, oh my god, I have to keep playing this.
Right.
So there's that. And then I played a little Ori and the Blind Forest, which I really like. It's all about the atmosphere in that game. It's the kind of game I'd want to play like when I really need to veg out and just it kind of scratches that same itch that Journey did.
Okay.
Where the gameplay it's just gameplay, but you're really in it for the atmosphere and the scenery and all that kind of stuff.
Except really hard.
Yeah, I really didn't get that far. I died like a couple times in the same place, and I just put it down because I don't ever want to get frustrated with it.
You will.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I'm just, if I get to a point where I'm at a hard spot, I'll just put it down because
That's the reason I haven't gone back, Corey.
Yeah.
I want that game to be pretty easy, and I just want to be able to enjoy the atmosphere and the characters.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that's not the case
Yeah.
because of what other people have said, and that's probably why I might not even go back to it.
Yeah.
I'm playing Bloodborne right now. I don't need any more frustration.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I hear you.
I appreciate Ori for what it is, and I'm sure it's great, but I just fuck that, man. I don't need it right now.
Yeah.
I hear you.
It's good
But I
though.
hope one of you plays it, so it makes my purchase worth it.
I don't think I'll play through it. I don't know, because last year when I played a game and I got into it a little bit, I just played it to beat it, just to get ahead. But it seems like Will's gonna run away with the beaten games this year, so I'm not gonna mess around with games I'm not.
Or
I don't know. You might not.
I haven't played anything other than Heroes the last like 4 months.
Yeah.
We have
There's
to,
time.
I think I'm at 20, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
I'll
it was
pull
at
up the
least
list.
20.
I'll pull up the list shortly.
I have my personal list here.
And what I've been playing every day is Hearthstone, doing my dailies, doing arena runs. Arena runs are starting to suck because what happens is I'll get my reward and I'll get a pack of cards, and there will be maybe 1 or 2 cards that I don't have, and the rest I already have, so I just turn them into dust, which only gives me like 40 dust, which is hardly worth it anymore. Somebody, I forget who it was, popular Blizzard game player, posted a video about how the Hearthstone reward system is kind of broken, and I can see that for people who have been playing the game for a really long time. You don't really get any reward for doing ranked or even arena runs. It's hardly worth your time, and I think it's important for those people to keep playing, so they need to...
It's all about your self-satisfaction.
Yeah.
It's internal rewards.
Yeah, and like I was saying, like what I like about that game is just messing around and trying to come up with new decks that people haven't
to surprise
seen.
people.
Right. And 90% of the time it doesn't work, but every now and again I'll have something that's really good, and it's a really good feeling when it works against somebody who is expecting you to have a certain kind of deck based on the first couple cards that you play.
You probably blew their mind.
Yeah. Freaking
like
mind
something
blown.
different.
I didn't see this deck on Icy Veins.
And that's what I didn't like about Hearthstone.
Yeah.
That.
I've been playing a lot too, and with arena runs, I don't know what cards to pick ever, so I do Hearth Arena, but I hate spending 25 minutes like typing down the 3 cards and which one like needs to be picked.
Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't take me that long, Will. I don't know how you do it, but I just put up Hearth Arena and, type in the name of the card, tab to the next one, type in the name of the card, tab to the next one.
Yeah, but that still takes like 20 minutes to do everything.
Oh, it takes me like 5.
What's this, the arena?
Hearth Arena. It's a website where when you go to the draft for your arena run, you enter the cards that you can pick from, and it'll tell you the best choice based on the cards that you have.
It's getting to the point for me where I feel like I have to buy the expansions.
That's another thing. I ended up, I cleared the newest expansion, too. I did that. The last wing opened last week, and I beat it over the weekend.
Hey, nice work.
Woohoo! Couple good cards out of that. Say again?
What do you think? Because I think it was Chris Carter on Destructoid said it was the best expansion they've done.
I thought it was too easy.
Did you?
Yeah. The rogue, I think I've talked to you guys about it already, but the rogue deck that I have is terrible against players, but against AI, like, it wins pretty much every match. So, I don't know. That's the only reason I still have that. I made that rogue deck a long time ago, and it uses the Tinker's Sharp Sword Oil, which with a combo gives your weapon +3 attack and a minion +3 attack, and I don't know, that just seems to work really well against AI.
Isn't Hearthstone pretty popular on Twitch?
Yeah, it's always in the top 4.
Yeah.
How come you don't stream, Corey?
I used to, but nobody ever watched. Because I'm not anybody,
Not obnoxious.
Wait, nobody would watch?
No.
Not for Hearthstone.
It's got to be a lot more obnoxious.
It's too saturated too. Like there's so many people watching.
And there's like actual pros that stream all the time. So,
Yeah.
People are going to get a lot more watching them than they are watching me, who I seriously need to like do some training and stuff because I don't know, I'm just not winning anymore. It's kind of frustrating. I have to like lose a bunch of games before I'll win one, and I don't like that.
That's how I felt super early on with Mortal Kombat. I could tell immediately after my initial great run. I started some ranked games, and fuck that.
Not gonna get there.
No, dude. As soon as I see Sub-Zero come up, I'm like, well, this is a loss.
Yeah, that's too bad. It's
They just
not balanced.
Bam, they're fucking freezing attacks, and I can't do anything.
Yeah, that's not fun.
No, but I don't want to hijack Corey's.
I don't really have much more to talk about it. I'm still in your camp, Dan, that it is kind of frustrating how you keep seeing the same decks over and over again. But I mean, people copy those decks because they're the most effective for a while, until everybody has it, and then it changes to the next deck. And and then that's why for me the most fun is trying to come up with new things.
Yeah.
And these new cards will come out with the expansions, and everybody will be like, "Oh, it's not a viable deck." And then, a month after those cards come out, somebody's come up with a really compelling use of those cards, and then they are relevant.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's cycles. It's all cycles. They need another game mode. They need the 2-player 2-on-2, or
That would be fun.
something, or more analytics. I don't know.
You think it's starting to get a little stale?
I mean, it depends on how you're playing it. If like, again, what I get out of it is the creative aspect. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not even ranking up anymore. Like a couple months ago, I was rank 13. I'm having a hard time getting past 18 now. Maybe I'm just getting old.
Losing your wits.
Yeah. I think I just make stupid plays, and that's why I need to watch the pros play and pick up some tips.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. Again, it's that turn my brain off, come home from work, do my dailies.
Yeah.
I hear you, Corey. You know what I do first thing every morning? I don't even have time to play Heroes, but I get on just to see what my dailies are.
I do that too.
Nice.
See, I wonder what this could be.
I've
And I
got-
got so pissed this morning when it was the same one as yesterday where I have to use an assassin.
See, I kept getting that with Hearthstone. It was like play 2 or win 2 matches with a warrior deck.
That's
it was the
the worst
same
one.
stuff. And I kept deleting them, and I kept getting the same one. So I was like, all right, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah, that happens. But it's worse in Heroes because there's only like 7 of them,
Right.
different dailies.
I like to play 8 games because you get like 800 gold
Well, I have to sit down and play for 3 hours.
at least
I had win 7 games today for 100 coins.
on Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Is that a lot of coins?
Yeah.
I was gonna say that sounds like a lot of games.
It's 150 for an arena run, so.
Oh, is that what it costs? I was gonna ask you
Yep.
because I remember you had told me to do an arena run. So what's the reward for that?
It depends on how many wins you get, but generally it's like some coins or some dust and a pack. You'll always get a pack no matter what.
Okay.
You can
Okay.
just spend 100 coins and just get a pack, but if you can win, if you can win 3 matches in arena, then the reward is better. But I still recommend it because it's good experience, like
Yeah.
learning to play experience.
Okay. Eric, what'd you play?
Let's see. I didn't play anything new. I'm sad and depressed that the Rocket League beta got shut down. It's going to be back up soon, though.
When's the game come out? Do you know?
I don't think there's a release date,
Okay.
but the beta is going to be back up soon. I'm looking forward to playing that with Will.
That and Smite?
Yes, I'm more looking forward to playing Rocket League though.
Yeah.
I fucking love that game. I told Will this is an early contender for a game of the year for me.
Nice.
I have 3 games right now that are early contenders.
Cool.
Yeah, I can't wait for the full game to come out. I want to see what more they can do with it. But actually, Michael in Minnesota and I got put into a game with each other randomly.
Oh, really? Randomly?
Yeah.
Nice.
So that was fun. We played quite a few matches in a row against each other, with each other. We weren't in a group or anything, so that was good times. Just fucking love that game so much. If you haven't signed up for the beta and you have a PS4, you are doing yourself a disservice. Please go and do it.
Nice.
I know Mike texted me. He's really enjoying it too. So or
Yeah.
didn't text me, tweeted me. He's really enjoying it too. So highly recommend that still. I'm a little, what's the word? Intimidated about Bloodborne right now. Because did I talk last week about beating the Hemlock Witch?
Yes.
Hemwick Witch? Okay, I did. So the area that I got killed in last time, just after that, I explored everything. It turns out it wasn't a very big area. There was just a couple items over there. So I went over there, I got my items. I pretty much have to go beat the next boss to progress in the story.
Yeah.
And she's a real bitch. And I don't know what I'm going to do. Because last time I tried, I got my ass thoroughly kicked. And granted, I was, a few levels lower. But I'm not confident going in there. Just based on my previous 2 tries with it. So I don't know. I'm a little intimidated right now, and I don't want to get to the point where I'm just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
But I might get to that point.
Just grind out a few levels.
God. I need 12,000 echoes for a level now.
Oh wow. So
Yeah.
you grind out one level and
It takes a while.
grind out another.
Yeah. You're looking at what feels like an hour
Yeah.
to get anything. But
Did I say that I started this Bloodborne?
no.
The intro was very creepy. The intro, the cinematic in the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yep.
Know what's going on, and then I walked out, and the first guy with
The wolf?
with an axe.
No.
Did you fight the wolf?
There was
I
a
just
wolf
ran
down
right
there.
by that guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it just took off.
Why?
I didn't know how to.
He's one of those players.
I didn't know how to fight it, and then I got killed by the 3 axemen.
Did you know how to equip your weapon?
Nope.
I almost killed that with my bare hands. That
I'm-
was the
I gave him
first
a
time
good
I fought
fight.
him.
Wait,
Yeah, he
you're
killed me with a
supposed to
little bit
die.
of health left.
You're supposed to die there.
Yeah,
What weapon do you have?
you don't get your weapon until after you die. I don't think, right?
Yes. That is
Okay.
correct.
Yeah.
But I could not figure out for the life of me how to equip my weapon.
It took me a little while to figure it out too.
I Googled it. I was like, fuck this, man.
Yeah.
I'm not dicking around here. I want to get
So-
going in this game.
So since I died, I get a weapon now.
Yeah, you'll get a weapon.
Oh.
You can pick between an axe and a saw cleaver.
Yeah.
And then there's 2 guns you can pick from.
Okay. See, I died. Maybe I didn't even die once. I was like, I can't get past these guys, and I stopped. I wanted to pick the because they have the different types of birth, like what you were born
Mhm.
into, like that. And I wanted to pick the one that was, I forgot what it was called, but it was the lowest one.
Okay.
I don't remember what it was called because I felt like if you leveled it up the most, it became the best.
Yeah, that's like the deprived in Dark Souls.
Yeah, and it was just like I thought of like in Fire Emblem, Donald was like the worst character in the beginning, but once you leveled him up, he was the most
Powerful, yeah.
overpowered character. But I'm not very good at that game, so I didn't do it. I wish I remembered what I chose so I can talk about it.
Yeah.
But
Well, you got to play it for a while
yeah,
before you know anything, honestly.
Mhm.
and
Especially never having played
Yeah.
Dark Souls.
I have it too on the one, but I
You
haven't-
do?
Yeah, my
Digitally?
Friend, no, my friend didn't. Got bored of it, so I bought it off him.
When you get bored of it.
Pass it Eric's way.
I gotta play it. Like I gotta play so many games. Still.
Yeah,
And those are long ones too.
actually, Billy, I don't know if I told you guys this, he bought a PS4.
Oh.
Billy,
nice.
who was on our Zelda Skyward
Yeah,
Sword
couple
episode.
episodes we
Yeah,
had
he's
him
been
on.
on a few. He bought a PS4 and he's playing through Bloodborne right now. He's a big fan of Dark Souls and he's really loving
Yeah,
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne's really good.
He got through the first 2 bosses, so he's not too far behind me, but it'll take him a while. So that's where I'm at in Bloodborne. Feeling pretty intimidated about it. Damn it. I want to just get past that part so I can keep going.
Yeah.
What else did I play? I've been playing a lot of FIFA this week. I'm in a pretty good gaming funk right now. I can't just sit down and play something. I don't know why. I just can't focus.
It's the time of the year, I think, because I'm
Yeah.
kind of having the same problem.
It's weird.
A little bit.
I hate it so much.
Yeah.
I can't get any sympathy about it at home.
You get lots of sympathy here. We feel
I know,
your pain.
and that's because I told her, I was like, I don't think you understand. This is one of the worst things that can happen to a gamer.
Yeah.
like I feel lost.
As you
right
get in a
now.
funk, yeah.
I said Dan would understand.
Oh yeah.
She's
I
just
feel your
like,
pain.
she goes, "Oh, that must be really hard for you." That's what she always says.
Nice.
But FIFA, like I text my buddy Jeff, and like he lives somewhere now where he doesn't have any like high school buddies or anything like that. He's just got people he's made friends with down there, so he's usually home. So we've been playing a lot of co-op seasons. We won our 5th Division 1 title,
Ooh.
and then we got relegated to Division 2 today.
Ooh.
Had some frustrations with the servers.
Uh,
The game is fucking bullshit a lot of times, and sometimes it won't even let you make substitutions. Like when I go into the squad screen,
yeah.
it's the other team, and I can't make substitutions, but the other team can.
You'd think they'd have that ironed out by now.
Yeah, considering the new one will be out before too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd think they would. Their most popular sports game, but no. A lot of frustrations with the servers and that still. But that said, I always go back to it, and it's fun.
Yeah.
So whatever. So I played a lot of FIFA this week. I'm really been wanting to get into my Vita. I've got a pretty nice backlog built up, just installed on there, all digitally. Each month with PS Plus, I've been going in and deleting stuff to make room for new stuff that I actually want to play. And right now, I've got quite a nice catalog on that sucker.
Nice.
With this month's PS Plus games, I put 3 of them on there. Ho Ho Come, Race of Sun, and something else, and then I got Killzone Mercenaries last month. So on top of all the shit I already had, so I really am thinking about getting into some Vita gaming.
Mhm.
So, but yeah,
Nice and portable too, which is
yeah. But on top, other than that, I don't think I played too awful much.
good. Okay.
No.
Sounds good. I primarily played 2 things this week. The first being Mario Kart 8, which I 3-starred the 3rd cup on 200cc. So I moved on to the 4th cup in 200cc. So hard.
Jeez, Dan.
It's hard, man.
Yeah.
It takes you quite a while to figure out, because all the lines that you have to take going into turns are completely different than in 150cc or 100cc. The good thing is after you've been playing 200cc for a while and you go to play online, you just kick everybody's ass for a while.
Yeah.
Until you start getting used to the slower speed again. It's pretty slow.
Yeah,
So,
I can imagine going back. Like I said last week, it's almost like a new game.
yeah, it's fun though. It's a nice new challenge. I don't know how I'm going to do on the newer tracks. I hope to, like I said, by the end of the year, get the 200cc 3-starred on all the tracks. But I don't know if that's going to happen. We'll see.
That's a bitch.
Fun though.
Have you tried it, Will?
No, I just got my external hard drive for it, so I was able to download everything again. So I
We
haven't
should
gotten
play
into
this
it.
week sometime.
Yeah, I'm ready. Just let me know.
All right.
I'll play some MK8.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
But what I played primarily was Rise Son of Rome.
Oh, I'm excited.
I teased that last week that I was going to play it this week. So I played it a little bit this weekend, and I finished it, beat it early this week. It was a short game. About, I think like 6.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to get into the history a little bit real quick before I get into the gameplay. It's set during the late portion of the Emperor Nero's reign, starting with Boudica's. Boudica and the Iceni revolt against Roman occupation in Britannia. And the game kind of ends with the quote-unquote suicide of Nero. Those are historical events. They did take some liberties with the story, though, especially with Nero's sons. Nero did not, at least as far as most people know, have any sons or heirs. In the game, however, he had 2 sons, which you encounter in the game. One of them was his name was Commodus. He's the guy that you fight in the Colosseum. He actually was a Roman emperor later on. In the late 2nd century, he was a Roman emperor. And he did also like fighting in the Colosseum, which is kind of cool. But he mostly fought like crippled and wounded soldiers, and he also liked fighting little people. He liked to wield a club and fight little people and pretend he was a giant. This is a Roman emperor,
Wow.
mind you. So he was a very interesting character. Not as interesting in the game, but definitely an interesting character from Roman history. He also was known to slay exotic animals in the Colosseum as a gladiator. So he also charged the city of Rome like millions of dollars worth of money every time he fought in the arena, which
To come watch him?
yeah, which put a strain on the economy.
Guy's got some range.
Yeah, he was quite the character, but he was in it. Positives: best graphics I've seen in any game I've ever played.
Wasn't it amazing?
Gorgeous! Oh my god, the character models and everything, the faces, like they looked like actual people.
Mhm.
It looked like you were playing a CGI
Yeah.
of a
It's exactly
a
what I
CGI
said.
movie. Yeah.
Yep.
Crytek.
Crytek, exactly. It was absolutely gorgeous. I enjoyed the storyline and setting. It was also the perfect length. I didn't think it was too long at all. 6.5 hours was about right. Anything longer than that, I would have felt like it was too long. I also love the commanding the troop set pieces where you're marching along and then you gotta say hold and the guys set up their shields to block incoming arrows and stuff like that. That part was really fun. I didn't really like the combat all that much. There was 2 attack buttons, block button, and then like you would be fighting someone and then above their head would be a skull and you'd pull the right trigger to do an execution and you would do the button prompts to do the executions, and the better you did on the executions, the more like experience and stuff you got. That was probably my least favorite part of the game, was the combat, actually.
Yeah.
Executions got kind of repetitive by the end of the game. There was not very much enemy variety. There was like basically 4 types of bad guys. There were wimpy guys with axes, bigger guys with a weapon and shield. There was guys with 2 swords, and then giant guys, or some very slight variation on that. But Overall, I really did think it was an awesome game, especially like I said, the setting,
Underrated,
the graphics,
isn't it?
underrated, definitely. I probably would have been pissed if I had paid $60 for it, but it's definitely worth 20 to 25, especially if you're into that time period. Underrated for a time period where games need to be set in. I know there's the Rome Total War series games and stuff, but really like that does a good job of putting you in that time period, like better than the Total War series or anything like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, if you have an opportunity to play it, but like borrow it from a friend or something, it's a good play, definitely.
I'd pay $60 for it.
Would you?
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. See, there wasn't enough replayability for me to say. It's
See, I
worth
don't care
$60.
about that. I don't replay games.
I do. I replay
Like
games.
The Order, I said I'd pay $60 personally for
Yeah.
The Order. Same kind of thing, really.
Is this on? Do you have this on Steam?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I played a friend's on Steam.
Oh crap.
It's not mine.
Dang
But
it.
well, can you
You
play
should
on
get it for
Xbox?
Xbox.
How much is it on Xbox?
I'm sure it'll
It's
go
probably
on sale.
it's probably not that expensive. You might be able to find it for like $20, which it's worth.
I'll probably find somebody who has it because I don't really want to spend money on it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's mostly what I played. I played a little bit too on my. I should say I played a little bit on my tablet and a little bit. I actually came down here to play video games too, which was cool.
How did it go on the tablet?
Good.
Good.
Yeah, ran fine. Like I said, it just streams the video to the tablet from the computer, so
That's kind of mind blowing.
yeah, works really well.
Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about my Vita experiment.
Yeah.
But go on. I'll
Yeah,
finish.
that's all I had for that. I started The Witcher 2. I'm not going to talk about that too much because we're going to be talking about The Witcher and The Witcher 2 next week. But it really didn't take long for me to get right back into The Witcher. I was only going to play for like an hour last night, and I ended up playing for like 3 or 4.
Ooh.
I'm like, man, I really like this game. So I'm
God, that
excited.
just did not grab me.
No.
No.
The whole thing at the beginning, when you're storming the castle and stuff, like that just got me right into the world right
I
away.
thought the controls were so bad.
Yeah, I don't know. They're
And
okay.
it really bothered me.
They're okay. The menus, I think the menus are really bad
Yeah.
in The Witcher 2. The controls are fine.
I didn't
The
like
me-
the combat or the controls
The
at all.
menus are terrible. Terrible. There's probably a mod for them though. I would think, but I'm too lazy. I'm just gonna play it.
Riz, by the way, pointed out that you can get Witcher 1 and Witcher 2 for like $5.
Yeah, they're really cheap. I think
On Steam.
The Witcher is like $1.50
Yeah, it is.
now on Steam, and probably The Witcher 2 is
Witcher 2 is $3.
$3, yeah. Definitely buy those if you haven't yet. Like if you have a Steam account, just to have them, even if you don't
Yeah.
play them, it's worth that much money.
That's dirt cheap.
So good. But that's all I played.
I forgot to mention, I signed up for the Best Buy Gamers Club today.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
Nice.
So we'll see how that goes.
It's a good deal.
Witcher will probably be my first purchase on that.
Splatoon.
Yeah, I'm going to get Splatoon.
I am too.
I'm looking forward to trying the demo for that. But I had heard about the Vita that you can actually connect to your PS4. Like, as long as you leave your PS4 on standby mode and you are somewhere that has Wi-Fi,
Yep.
you can connect to it and play remote play.
It's got to be a decent connection, like you said.
Blew my
though.
mind.
Yeah, this does that too, actually.
Yeah.
Like I could take it to Will's and play games on my computer. All it does is it streams it up into the internets, and then you like pull it back down in your location.
I can't even
That's
comprehend.
crazy.
But like I said, the connections have to be really good.
Yeah, so
I don't know if
I
ours-
tried it at work when I was on lunch, and yeah, it didn't work.
Yeah.
The Wi-Fi was bad.
Gotcha.
So, but I just am amazed that you can do that,
Yeah, isn't that awesome?
because it like says searching for a local PS4, and then it says searching the internet for your PS4.
Yeah.
and I was like, whoa.
Yeah. You might even get bottlenecks with your internet connection, your PS4 running to
Yeah,
your
that
router
could be whatever the case is.
because of your. I guess it would be upload speed wouldn't be fast enough.
dumpy ass upload speed.
Yeah, 1 megabyte.
Not cutting it.
No. Google Fiber, you could do that on from one Google Fiber connection to another Google Fiber connection.
Yeah,
It's unfortunate that we have such shitty internet,
it is.
but
Detroit
actually,
was
this is a little off topic, but some magazine or something ranked the top 100 cities to find tech jobs in. Binghamton was number 37,
What?
and I almost shit myself. But I figured out the reason why is because rent is a lot cheaper than a lot of those other cities, and that was factored into the equation how much rent was.
Yeah.
And rent is low here because no one wants to live here.
Understandably.
The other numbers that they had were pretty bad, but the rent number
The rent really rose.
actually average pay was not too bad either. As compared to some of the other places, it was a little.
Your money goes a little
higher.
further here.
Well, that I think that's
Yeah.
the thinking there with the low rent and stuff. But like I said, that's primarily because no one wants to live here anymore. But like they had it ranked by like how many tech jobs per 1,000 citizens, and that was low. What was the other low one? It was like 20. There was 20 tech jobs per 1,000 citizens, and like
So if you can find one, good for you.
yeah, exactly. That's the idea. Yeah. So
Wow.
that's off topic, but I wanted to.
That's,
I had to
that's
bring that
funny.
up.
Yeah.
Binghamton.
I saw Binghamton on 37. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
You
But
gotta be.
once I
shitting me.
read into it a little bit better, I saw right through that.
I did do one other thing gaming related,
do you
actually.
got?
I am part of the Podcast Unlocked group on Facebook, and I got talking to somebody about Madden Connected Seasons.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to be in a Connected Season next year with like 16 teams with
Nice.
some dudes from there.
That's
so
awesome.
I'm excited about that. So I'll be getting Madden this year.
Cool.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. And nobody has the Bills in there.
Oh,
I know, surprising, shocking that nobody picked the Bills, but so I'll get to play as the Bills.
That's awesome.
Yep.
All right. Feedback. We got, I guess, one piece of feedback that was not part of the main segment from Travis, who says, "Hey, athletes. Just curious if any of you have played Life is Strange. I haven't heard anyone on the show mention it yet. It's a pretty good game. The best way to describe it is take a Telltale game, but instead of just an interactive story, they actually added a bit of gameplay mechanics to it. It also has a pretty intriguing story as well. I was also wondering if Dan and Corey could give me some pointers on Pillars of Eternity. My party consists of a warrior, which is my character, the wizard you meet at the inn, and a rogue that I hired. My party is mostly level 3. I've only been playing for a bit. My problem is that my rogue dies almost every fight. Is there a way to make the rogue go invisible or attack from behind instead of just going in head on, or is dying a lot just part of the game in the beginning? Anyway, thanks for the advice and keep up the great podcast." I actually do want to get Life is Strange. That's going to be one of my
I've
game
been close to
purchases.
buying it.
I own both the episodes. I'm just waiting for them to all come out, so I don't have to wait.
I thought they were supposed to come out within 2 weeks of each other, and it was supposed to like all be out. I think they ended up delaying the later episodes, didn't they? And
Yeah.
that's the problem. Because I'm the same way. I want to wait till it's all out and play it all at once.
Yeah, like I did that. Like I hated waiting during The Walking Dead season 1 because it took months for like episodes to come out, and like I'd be on this cliffhanger for like a month, and I didn't like that.
Yeah.
So I did with 2. I just waited for them to all come out and then played them once, and that's what I'm doing with Life is Strange too.
Yeah.
Because I do like that kind of game.
Yeah.
So I own the 2 episodes so far.
Okay.
But I'm
For
just the 1. I believe I bought it
okay.
so I could turn that on more.
oh, gotcha. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. Pointers for Pillars of Eternity. You know what I started doing, Travis, is I started rolling 2 tanks. So I know your character is a warrior. There's a fighter named Adair. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. When you first go into what's that first village? Corey, do you remember the name of it?
Remember now.
It's the first village you go into, and by the tree where all the dead people are hanging.
Yeah, I can't remember.
There's a fighter there that you should recruit for your party too, and that'll help a lot. Having 2, because I have 2 tanks actually. I have one that I hired that I made, who's a paladin, and then Eater is my fighter. So that should help and help soak up some of the damage. I don't really my one like roguish type character is a range character, so I don't know how that would work with like a knife. I can imagine they wouldn't last too long with like dual knives. Is there a way to make them go invisible? I know you can kind of go invisible when you do the stealth mode, but that gets taken away in combat, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure if there's a specific stealth skill or ability, I should say, but my general tip would just, and I don't know how you're playing, but my general tip would just be to make sure you're micromanaging.
Pause often.
Yep, lots of pausing. Like Dan said, make sure you're utilizing a tank. What I do is I have 2 tanks. My character's a chanter, but I equipped him to be able to take some hits. And Edar, the character you recruit at the first town, they sort of block the enemy and take them head on, and everybody else is ranged and attacks from behind them. So I do not have a rogue I've needed to protect
Yeah.
at melee distance. So I don't know.
Yeah, one of the things, and my party also does really badly in like open terrain, like out in fields and stuff. It's a lot more geared towards dungeons, where I can block off with my tanks the paths to my softer characters behind them. So that's another thing I do. But I do have a lot of trouble with, like, if I'm out in the fields and stuff and the open terrain trying to fight people off. I try to, if I like end up getting wiped out, I try to set it up so that I can have choke points where my warriors can protect my cushy underbelly other characters.
Yeah, because those, the ones that aren't cut out to be taking hits don't last long.
No, 2 or 3 hits, some
Yeah.
of them, before they die. Another thing is if you keep going a little bit, you get a priest, which helps pretty nicely with keeping your endurance up for your character. So once you get him, things get a lot easier. I would definitely try to get another tank, and then try and find the what's it, Eustace? What the heck is his name?
Durance.
Durance. What? Eustace. Eustace Scrub is in the
Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Chronicles of Narnia.
Eustace and Muriel.
Well, yeah, that too. But Chronicles of Narnia used to Scrub as a character in that. But yeah, that's what I would do. 2 tanks.
And like you said, the priest, because the priest can drop wards on the ground that pulse and restore endurance.
Yep, restore endurance and also debuff some of your enemies that you're fighting.
And buff up your armor on your rogue.
Yep. Yeah. So that's what I would do. But yeah, you probably will die. The further you get, and as you get more abilities and stuff, it does get a little bit easier. I did die a lot more at the beginning than I do now. Too. Once you get a full 6 on your party, it's a little bit easier too. So, and then he goes on to say, "Hey athletes, I was just wondering if any of you have ever played this game called Heroes of the Storm. I haven't played it myself, but these people on this one podcast I listen to just won't stop talking about it."
Eric and I won a game where it was just me and him with 3 AI because the other 3 players team quit.
Ugh,
Against 5 humans, we won
nice.
with 3 AI.
Well done.
And the AI had better stats than we did.
Really?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, Eric and I were
I wasn't
like,
going to bring that up.
Well, I mean, you just think of you had to do what needed to be done for
we
the
did.
team.
We did the work.
Yeah.
yeah, they just kept pushing cord. For whatever reason, it worked.
Yeah, it was funny. They just pushed the top lane, and like I would ping them when I wanted to get a camp.
Yeah.
Because if you ping an AI, they come help you.
Yeah.
So whenever I wanted to get a merc camp, I'd ping them. They'd come help, and then they'd go back.
Nice.
Eric and I were
That.
both like 22 and 6, and they were like 25 and 1. And
But they were like consistently killing the other team.
Right. How funny would that be if I don't know, I just totally lost my train of thought.
I hate when that happens. But yeah,
I saw Corey get up and they just went out of my brain. Go anyway, continue.
that's it.
Yeah.
I just had to throw that out there.
Yeah.
Oh,
we-
I know
we
where I was
played
going.
it.
I know where I was going. How funny would it be if the AI characters argued with you when you pinged them to go someplace?
It tells no.
Well, that's stupid.
That's stupid. You're stupid. Uninstall.
Noob.
Just we're gonna push core.
Learn how to play or uninstall.
Go back to QM.
QM.
Quick match.
Quick match.
I love quick match.
Me too.
I don't have any issues there.
Well, good.
Well, the
'cause
people are.
You should go back there.
I don't have to go back. That's where I hang.
L2P.
Stupid game.
Yep.
All right, Corey. Question of the week.
Oh shit! What was it? Shoot.
Corey.
I forgot what it was, to be honest with you. Which means I don't have an answer prepared. Oh, in honor of Corey's toxic Heroes of the Storm experience he described in last week's episode, what's your best dealing with someone online story?
Okay. Idaho Jake answers, now for question of the week. I really only play with people I know and like because I am more of a co-op online than PvP gamer. Well, that's it for me later.
Good answer.
And I'm kind of in the same boat as Jake. I don't play that many online games. The one I did play a lot was Guild Wars 2. And I've talked about this before, but I only really ever encountered one person that was just a complete douche nozzle. And I can't remember his name at this point, but we were doing World versus World, and we were having a battle outside like a fort, and it was probably like 10 people on our side that was against like maybe 20 on the other side. We were outnumbered, and this guy got down like right away. like they do, and immediately started giving the people that were still up and fighting a hard time for not rezzing him. Even though you're completely defenseless when you're trying to res someone, especially with us being outnumbered, we couldn't afford to have one person help this one idiot who got himself killed right
Who
away.
was just going to do it again.
Yeah, exactly. And he just wouldn't let it go either. After the battle was done and everyone moved on, just would not let it go and just started giving every time something happened to him, he just started yelling at everybody. But I guess he was in one of the bigger guilds on the area, and someone reported him to his guild. I don't know if he ever got in trouble for it, but it was obnoxious.
Yeah, those
Like,
are
you
usually
just wonder.
they're usually the worst players.
Yeah, and like our server was a big role playing server, so we were like trying to get people to come in and do world versus world and help us out in our world versus world battles, even like role players who don't usually do that sort of thing. And this guy was just making a bad example of everyone else on the server who, was generally pretty helpful. If you had a question, people wouldn't give you a hard time about it. It's a really good community, except for that one idiot. But
Yeah.
so
There's always one.
that's my one experience. But I'm the same, Jake. I don't play that many games online, really. So, Will, you got anything?
There are some pretty heinous arguments back in the World at War days online. Me and my friends, when you do search and destroy,
Yep.
and the people that are dead, it's everybody talking collectively on both teams.
That's just a recipe for disaster.
I bet.
And we're 16 and trying to be funny.
You fucking camper.
And we would get into some pretty big arguments and stuff. And it was funny because, like, if I was the last person alive, for example, and, like, I won the game, I would go into that group chat and I would just hear fighting
Massacre
immediately. I can't remember specific instances, but I do remember a lot of times, like, my friend Evan would be swearing at somebody.
Evan?
Oh, yeah, Evan and Johnny were not afraid of starting some fights.
Johnny I could see. I can't see Evan.
Oh, he's the worst, probably.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
He loves... Well, we were all very confrontational at that age, just messing with people online.
Oh,
'cause we
really?
thought we were...
I had no idea.
That was before Dakota started playing. He had a PlayStation 3 at that point.
Hope he gets some of his anger issues out in the military.
But, yeah, World at War was... I wish I had some more specific stories, because, like, I mean...
It was a while ago.
Yeah, I mean, like, Here's the Storm, like, I usually just... I always jump and fight with them, because it's fun sometimes, but...
I'm trying to take Corey's approach anymore.
It's not.
Yeah.
Try and be nice.
Yeah. I don't have any specific examples, but like Will, mine have always been with Call of Duty. And the best way that I've found to frustrate people on there when they're being assholes, they'll usually say something like, I fucked your mother, call you gay, whatever the case is.
So very clever.
Yeah, something super clever.
Yeah.
If they called me gay, I'd be like, yeah, so what?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, of course I'm gay. They're like, well, you like to suck dick. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm gay. Something like
And
that.
They don't really know what to do.
No,
with
and
that.
by the third time they try it, and you're like, well, yeah, I'm gay. They're just baffled.
Yeah.
They can't believe that somebody who's probably not gay is saying they're gay. They just can't. They just can't function. Then they just stop.
Yeah.
I started using that approach ever since you told me about it. It does work like a charm.
Oh, yeah, it's great. And they're just baffled. Or, if they say, like, they fucked your mom, you could just be like,
Yeah, she's a pretty big slut.
yeah, dude, that's gross. Sorry about that. Something like that.
My mom weighs like 600 pounds.
Yeah. Anything along those lines.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Just agree with them.
Yeah, that's all you have to do.
Or say something morbid like, dude, my mom just passed.
Yeah. I have taken that approach.
Yeah.
But they don't care. That's the thing.
No.
But that actually that happened on Heroes of the Storm last week when we were playing, me, Will, and Johnny. He said something about fucking somebody's mom, and Will or Johnny was like, his mom's dead. And he's like, oh, whatever, I don't care. And I go, it's weird that you like to fuck corpses.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
Once you go necrophiliac, you don't go back.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I just agree with them.
Yeah.
It's the best.
They're also probably 10 years old, so
Exactly. So it's not worth flaming it.
no.
Blowing the flame.
Nice. Okay.
Not
Corey?
that there's anything wrong with being 10.
Yes, there is.
We were all 10 once.
Yeah, but kids are assholes. They just are.
Yeah.
They don't understand consequence because
Absolutely true.
they've grown up with the internet where there is no consequence.
I think you're right.
Except for that kid that swatted and will be spending many years in jail.
I had it coming.
Yeah. And that kid that was in Baltimore whose mom came down and gave him a good whooping.
Oh, yeah.
That was funny.
That was funny. Okay, go ahead, Corey. What's yours?
My what?
Your online thing.
I shared it last week, bro.
That was it? You didn't have another one?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah.
That was the spark for the question.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't recall ever having an issue.
You don't really play online all that much.
No. And most of the time I don't let it get to me. I don't
Part of
let
the
it get
prob-
to that point.
Part of the reason I play video games is usually to get away from dealing with people. You know? That's why I skew towards single player games
Yeah.
where I don't have to deal with people.
Usually my issues with FIFA are the game itself.
Right. With the game not working.
That happened to me today. Oh, I didn't even talk about this. The game, we had 3 games left in Division 1. We had to win 2 and draw 1. Couldn't lose any of them, okay, to stay up. So we're playing. We tie the game, score shortly thereafter to take the lead, and there's only like 10 minutes left in the game. They tie it, and I'll be damned. They're at like midfield. The guy kicks the ball, and it hits one of our players, bounces off of him into the air, like straight up in the air. It's curling and curling, and you see the cursor shows where the ball's going to land, and it's going to land in the goal. The goalie's right there, standing right there. It goes, he jumps like he's never played goalie before in his life, and it goes right between his arms and goes in. Like, I'm talking a sky-high ball that anybody would just see and catch.
Yeah, like an outfielder.
Yeah. Goes right behind him and goes in, and that's how we got demoted.
Wow. That's frustrating.
Remember our segment, This Needs to Stop?
Yeah.
That's one of them.
That one needs to stop.
Nice.
I was speechless. Speechless.
Okay. Corey, question of the week for next week.
I announced it at the top of the episode, but in honor of Nintendo teaming up with Universal to offer theme park rides, what video game do you think would have the best theme park rides? Doesn't have to be Nintendo.
Okay. I like that.
I've got a good one already.
Nice. So that's the question of the week for next week. Next week's episode will be Witcher. Probably we'll talk about, the storylines for The Witcher 1, Witcher 2.
You getting primed up?
Yeah, just generally get in the Witcher kind of mood, I guess, for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt coming out in like a week and a half. Now, I think.
19th, yep. 12 days.
Yep. So that'll be next week's episode. And then we'll probably, like Eric and Will said, we'll probably wait a couple weeks after The Witcher comes out so we get plenty of time with it before we do an episode on it, because there's going to be a lot of content, so we'll need a lot of time to play it, I think.
Yeah.
So Twitter, I don't have my little note card in front of me, so this is going to be off the top of my head. Twitter feed, twitter.com/TSAthletes or at @T_athletes. Facebook.com/thumbstickathletes is our Facebook page. www.thumbstickatheltes.com is our website. You can link to all of our stuff from our website, so if you just go there, it'll have all the information there. Even the link to our YouTube channel, which we actually have stuff that regularly goes up on YouTube now. All of our episodes will go up there. The Twitch broadcast I export to YouTube now, so if you want to watch on there instead of listening to or in addition to listening to the iTunes, right, you can do that. I don't know our voicemail number.
607-527-0547.
Thank you. Once again, we need voicemail intros, so feel free to send us one of those. Just say, hey, my name is so-and-so. You're listening to the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. That sort of thing. Nothing fancy. Or you can email us at thumbstickathlete@gmail.com. I think it's everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, that'll do it for episode 198 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
I'm Eric.
Will.
Corey.
Thanks for listening, and get out of my basement. All right. That's an episode in the bag. Corey,
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about that podcasts.com thing,
Yeah.
the free hosting. Do you think we should look into that?
Yeah, I never really read through that email.
I mean, I checked out the website and everything.
I don't know what it's all about. Libsyn's been good to us.
It has, but Libsyn is also cost me money that I don't earn right now. You know? And we've been running into the bandwidth cap just about every month.
Yeah, I'll look into it.
That content.
Well, like I said, I looked into it a little bit too. I mean, really, the best way to do it is to just sign up for an account and see what their services and stuff are.
Yeah, there's got to be a catch.
That's what I'm thinking too. And I thought about emailing them and seeing what the catch was.
Straight, hey, be straight with me, guys.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want them putting like ads in our episodes, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'd rather pay Libsyn.
Owning the content.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, why don't you just ask for some money from me?
I'd rather not do that.
Why?
Because
This is a 4-person operation.
I know.
I got to update the finances.
I don't
It's been
contrib-
like a year and a half.
I have
What's-
a capture card that I made a video in months.
We've made a few shekels. That's it. A few shekels.
I know I can't do Thursday next week.
Okay.
I have a question. Can I not sit in for the main segment if I'm going to start The Witcher soon? Because I don't want to hear any.
Yeah, that's fine. If you
Okay.
wanna come later for that episode.
All right, that's probably what I'll do then.
Do you want to play on Wednesday?
Probably
Okay. So we'll play on Wednesday for now.
13th, right?
I have no idea.
It's Thursday.
I don't even know what today is.
Thursday is Christy's last day of school,
Okay.
at her last final, and she wants to go out and
Oh,
do something.
gotcha. Yeah, Wednesday's fine for me. Will? Wednesday?
Yeah,
I mean, if we...
the thing is like I'm working the 40 hours next week, and then somebody asked me to pick up one of their shifts, and it's either
Oh,
Monday
God.
or Wednesday. Which am I even allowed to go over 40 hours?
I mean, you're not supposed to, but nobody's going to tell on you. You should ask somebody, though.
Okay. So it's either Monday or Wednesday.
Well, Wednesday, like, even if you get out at
9.
9 o'clock, we'll be done with the main segment at that point.
That's
so
true.
You just come over when you're done.
Yeah, I'll let you know. I'll talk to him.
Okay.
He's rolling into cash.
Yeah, we'll play on Wednesday at 8 for now. And if that needs to change, we'll figure it out. So,
Okay.
anybody in chat have anything they want to
No. Just quiet.
discuss?
Everyone's sleeping.
It is
Jake
almost
asked what
midnight.
our favorite porn theme was to whack it to.
Oh, like song?
No, I think he meant like
Trannies.
Oh, what kind of
I
porn?
was just gonna say
Porn.
that.
Oh, oiled buns.
oil bump. You'd have liked one I seen on my cams the other day, Dan.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
it's nothing like a big oiled bum.
I'm partial to the stockings and leggings. I told him.
Okay, I like leggings. I'm not. I don't like stockings. Yeah,
A nice lacy teddy.
No,
not necessary.
I don't like a lacy teddy necessarily. I just like the leg. I don't know why.
Next time I see you, I'm going to have some leggings on.